thing because my own God is within my heart, like within how I treat my neighbors.
God cannot be within your heart. It's impossible. It's impossible for a God to be within your heart.
Can you explain more to that?
Do you know the components of your heart? Do you know?
That's just the science part of it. I'm talking about
Because
the conscience.
if you know what's in your heart, valve. You've got the valves. You've got the ventricle. You've got the aorta. You've got.
Yeah, I know the science part of it. Yeah, I do.
So what part of it does God occupy? Hey, Ambrosia. No, seriously, Sammy has a God inside his heart.
Yeah.
Be careful
I'm
with
not
that.
talking about
Be careful with that
physically,
God.
like
Be careful with that
maybe
God
the
inside.
artery or
Yeah,
whatever.
I
I'm
know,
not talking
but be
about the,
careful with that God inside your heart. Make it not go wound you.
you know, go wound me.
I just dey talk. Make it
I
make
know.
make the God no go give you heart problems.
Nah, you won't. It
This
won't.
is what you don't occupy inside your heart. So I can take them easy.
Mm.
Right. Anyway, Sammy, you've come up, you're respectful, and I appreciate that. But on top of challenging these so-called men of God, we also challenge, the God idea. Sammy, how? Just a quick question for you: how did the Jesus religion get to Nigeria? Do you know?
Yeah, comes with our slave masters, of course.
Slave masters, Abi?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was listening to something. I think it was last week. They said like religion and politics is just it's on a two side of a pen. Like they work hand in hand. They brought that. They brought it down for us in a way to convince us that yeah, there is a God out there. This is the Bible. This is what we should do. And and in the same time, they were taking our people, ruining us and stuff like that. And if you critically think about that, you find out that these guys couldn't have succeeded if they didn't come with that approach of religion, because people wouldn't have listened to them, because we already have something we are practicing, which was the religion invoked then. So they came with this and, confused many people, convinced many people, took the ones they took and everything. And looking at everything they did after when they left and when we got our freedom and everything, you'll be like, people that did this, are they the same people that promised us that God is merciful, God is faithful and everything? But yeah, I get that part of it, how religion came to us and the manner of things we faced during those era. I understand that very well. Like I just told you, I'm an open-minded person. Yeah, I am. I think about these kind of things very well critically, so I do understand that part.
So did you? Sorry, I'm sorry. I had to quickly do something. Did you say that the religion was brought to us by colonialism?
Yes.
Can you trust a God that was brought to you through colonialism?
Can I say you're trying to twist this a little?
I'm not. I'm not. Sammy, look. Okay, listen. So we needed a God, right? We needed God to be brought to us, right? We had our own ways of worship.
Yeah.
This God needed some people to bring him to us. But first, we had to be colonized. We had to be taken advantage of. Slaves were taken away. All the barbaric things that they did, they changed our name, changed our culture, changed our traditions. They changed our now we're speaking English.
Yeah.
So This God watched it all happen. And in the meantime, the same people who were doing all these things are still the same people who brought this God to us. So would you trust that God that was brought to you? Do you think that if these people who were taking advantage of you truly had the answers that will help your continent, do you think that they really would have brought him over to you?
No.
Of course not. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. Evan Fernandez, Elijah, hi. Hamisi Zaku, hi. Good to see you all. Yeah, I'm an atheist and I do not believe in your God or gods. So anyway, Sammy, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's bring some other person up. Thanks. We want a debate tonight, guys. Particularly people who believe in God or people who are followers of Jerry Eze. Okay, so we can have we've got Irene. I don't know if Irene is
Sorry, Afro. Guys, please tap your screens. There's 82 of us here. Can we be tapping the screens? We're all here for the conversation, whether you are for the conversation or against it. The fact that you're here is you want to hear what is being discussed. So tap the screen. It keeps the live stream in the TikTok algorithm. The host has a gift goal up there and also a subscriber goal. Tap, 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 share the live stream, copy the link, do what you got to do. Apostle, you're there saying, bring me up, bring me up. Have you even gifted the host a rose? You know, come on now. Let's support the live
All right,
stream.
to bring him up.
I'm
Two
on. I'm
people,
on.
two people that I've tried to bring up that are not connecting. Irene and Skipper. Skipper, you guys are not connecting. I've tried to bring you up, but both of you are not connecting. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I see Skipper. I can't see Irene. She was there.
She was there. I tried
She
to
was
bring her
there.
up.
She dropped back up. She dropped down actually. Skipper is here.
Evan on YouTube said, "You're an atheist? It feels good to believe in something greater than yourself. I used to be an atheist and it sucks. Unfortunately, whatever thing that you believe in cannot be greater than yourself. Whatever you believe in cannot be greater than yourself. You had to have heard about this thing from somewhere. You had to have received it from somewhere. It didn't come automatically, right? It did not come. You were not built with this belief. So whatever thing you believe in cannot be greater than you. Fuck that. No. So I don't know which of the gods that you believe in, but that's a shame. You used to be an atheist, and now that you believe in a sky daddy, you feel a lot better. I mean, congratulations to yourself, but that's just, eesh, that's just some pure nonsense. But anyway, Apostle, how can we help you?
All right. I found the life debate interesting. I found it interesting. I can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
All right. I find it interesting, and I just want to be part of it. Actually, the question you were asking Sammy caught my attention. How did Christianity came into Africa? And you guys were talking about colonization and the rest of them. So I think I want to make a contribution based on that.
Okay.
But before I go ahead, what is your opinion? How did Christianity came into Africa? From what you have studied and maybe from books and historical realities, how do you think
The question,
Christianity came
the
into
question
Africa?
that I asked was, how did Christianity get to Nigeria?
Okay,
That
to
was the
Nigeria.
that was the question that I asked.
Okay, and I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you as the host. I said, do you know how Christianity came to Africa?
It depends on what part of Africa. Christianity,
Well,
Christianity, Christianity came to Africa through different means, depending on what part of Africa you're talking about.
all right. Okay. I don't want to be so specific with parts, but I want to give my opinion on how Christianity evolved.
Okay, we're listening.
from a historical standpoint. I want to correct an impression. Christianity is not a Western religion. No, it was never a Western religion. Christianity was birthed in Africa.
What?
Yeah, the oldest church in the world now, literally now, is from Ethiopia. Yeah,
Jesus was from Ethiopia.
Jesus of Nazareth. I said the oldest Bible in the world now.
Sir,
It's from Ethiopia.
sir,
Can you hear me?
you just said that Christianity was birthed in Ethiopia. Are you saying that Jesus was Ethiopian?
All right. It's a good thing we ask questions so that we know if you are getting ourselves. All right. That is not what I said.
Okay, tell us what you mean. What do you mean birthed in Christianity was for them to birth Christianity? That means the origins of Christianity is in Ethiopia. And the last time I checked, Jesus ain't no Ethiopian.
All right. You're getting me wrong. I never said. Nobody can say that. I'm not an ignorant person. I like you to pay attention. That's not what I said. I was trying to answer your question. You said, "Is it what I said? Is that what I mean?" And I've not answered that. Yes, that's not what I mean.
Afro, I've just looked up common Ethiopian names. You've got Abebe, Aberash, Addis, Kebede, Abdi, Afewok, Afia, Aklilu, you know? No Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, nothing like that.
Jesus, uncle.
No, the Jesus is not on the list.
All right. Please let me get something right. You guys are getting me wrong. That is not what I said. I believe if somebody is talking, you should be given an opportunity to explain what he said.
Right.
I said is the oldest Bible we have now is in Ethiopia.
No. Did you say that Christianity was birthed in Ethiopia? Did you say that?
That's not what I said.
Guys, did you guys hear him say Christianity was birthed in Ethiopia? Did you guys
I
hear?
heard that.
No, let them respond. Let's see the comment section. Let me
Guys,
know if
you
some.
guys
I
hear?
heard that. That's what I heard. He
He
said
said
that,
the
but
old
then he
Bible.
changed to say
You see, some
Bible.
wait. Some person said he said the old Bible.
He
We
said
heard
two
him. He
things.
said it. He said the oldest.
He said two things. He said Christianity was birthed in Ethiopia, and the oldest Bible was from Ethiopia. He
Please
said,
now let me address this thing. I don't want you to put words in my mouth. I believe this is a live screen, and I'm
no,
open to
listen,
learn.
look at
I'm
the
open.
comments. Look at
I'm
the
open
comments.
to.
We heard you say
Okay,
that.
fine. Now, some are saying he said the first Bible. We're having two comments here. If you will be
Like I
sincere,
said, you
Because
said
you
two
said two
things.
things, Oga. You said two things. Ain't
wait,
that to
wait,
get
wait.
you?
Please let me just make myself clear. I can learn something tonight.
You are an
I
apostle, no. You are an
wait.
apostle. Don't lie,
I saw
you.
you, woman of
You
God.
are an
I saw
apostle.
you.
Don't
Wait.
lie.
I
Who's a
saw
woman
you
of
here.
God? I
I
beg.
saw you. The reason why I join your life, I don't join life because when I saw you, I believe I can learn something from you. I
Okay.
believe I can learn from you. I
Okay.
don't join live stream at all. I don't have any business with live stream. But when I saw your face, I said, "Wow, this is an intelligent person." And I'm not a pastor and a man of God. Sometimes I don't believe it all. I don't believe in all these pastors you post and the rest of them. So that was what caught my attention. So, and what your conversation with Sammy was what attracted me as well. So please just get my opinion. I am not saying, I did not say. If you accept me for that, that's fine. Okay.
We are
I did not.
listening.
All right. I said the oldest Bible is from Ethiopia. Is in Ethiopia. So why will one want me to believe that Christianity is better from the Western world? Why will one want me to believe the Western has brought Christianity and the Bible, where Ethiopia is the one literally speaking, hosting the oldest Bible in the world? That's my question to you.
Where was Jesus? Where was Jesus from?
Jesus Christ of Nazareth,
Where was he
born,
born
born,
and
born
raised?
in born in Bethlehem.
Is
So I want to ask,
Bethlehem in Ethiopia?
Madam, you are asking a simple question. Like you can Google all these things. My question to you is that you have not answered my question. I
Okay.
said one is saying this thing was brought to us, and I'm saying the oldest Bible is in Ethiopia.
Okay.
So how we want tell me the Western people bring this thing, whereas we in Africa have the oldest Bible?
Apostle,
But
how did that Bible get to Ethiopia? Let's start there.
All right.
Vessel, hold on, please hold on. Vessel, did you say that the Western people, that Christianity is was by the Western people? Did you make that statement?
No,
I didn't make that statement, so I don't know what Apostle is busy addressing. None of us said that.
all I mentioned were the names. That's all I said.
Now what Sammy said, what Sammy said is this. You were asking a
But
question.
Sammy's not here, so I don't know why you're addressing what Sammy said. Sammy's not here to defend himself.
Really?
Yeah.
What I mean is this.
Can we move on? We're now discussing with you.
The
Sammy,
lady,
what's up? Do
the
you see
lady
Sammy
here,
up here?
the woman here, she was asking Sammy a question that he could not answer. He said, and that is why I came up here to answer. I came here to answer a question she asked somebody who could not answer that question. You asked Sammy.
Answer
You
the
said,
question, but you don't have to quote Sammy.
okay, fine. You asked a question. You said if these guys brought this religion to us, what makes us believe that the God they are proposing to us will actually be of a positive impact to us and the rest of them?
Yes.
And what I'm saying is this. If we are saying these guys brought this thing to us, how comes we have the oldest Bible? How comes the world recognize Ethiopia as the one who have the oldest Bible? That is to say, we are the ones who actually take these things to them.
Did the Ethiopians bring the religion to Nigeria?
You said?
Did the Ethiopians bring the religion to Nigeria?
No, no.
Who brought it to Nigeria?
Who brought it to Nigeria?
Who brought the Jesus religion to Nigeria?
Well, historically speaking, I don't have facts for that, but from what I studied, they said some missionaries came from the Western world to come preach the gospel. That's what history said.
There you have it.
Yeah.
There you have it. So even if the Bible, the first or the second or the 100th Bible was from Ethiopia, the Ethiopians kept it to themselves. And
Okay.
whatever version of Christianity we've got in Nigeria, in the western part of Africa, is not the same as what they've got in Ethiopia. They've got
Okay.
the Orthodox version, right, of Christianity. We have the what do you call it? In our own part, we have the prosperity gospel.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
have
that's
the
true.
prosperity
That's
gospel
true.
in
That's
our
true.
own
That's true. That's true.
So
That's true.
you can't, let's not try and link Ethiopia with the version of Christianity that we have in the West. Not the same at all. There is no link between the two.
All right.
Even if Ethiopia had the first Bible, it's not relevant to the conversation at all. It's
Please
not.
let me ask, please, what is the conversation all about? Because I'm inquisitive.
Look at the prompt. Look at the prompt. Look at the
All
prompt.
men of God are fake.
That's
Jesus
right.
and Allah
Including you, Apostle.
Including yourself.
are foreign to us. Okay.
So wait, you go by the name Apostle. Who ordained you an apostle?
Who is talking? I don't know who is talking now. Who is
Me. It's me talking. I'm the one talking. I just wanted you to
Okay.
read the prompt.
Okay. Yeah, all men of God are fake, and I've seen that Jesus and Allah are foreign to us. Yeah, I've seen that. So you're asking the question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is the question, ma?
Who ordained you as an apostle?
Okay, I'm going to answer that, but can I address this topic? I want to say something about this so that I focus on the topic. All men of God are fake.
Yeah.
That means you are also saying that God is all fake as well.
That's right.
Because if all men of God are fake, from what you are saying, you were saying God is fake. Ma,
That's
please,
right.
all right,
Yeah.
I'd like you to give me your opinion. Why did you say this? Why did you believe this?
That's what I'm saying. That all men of God are fake, and God Himself is fake. Yes.
So why do you believe that? Why do you believe in that ideology? Why do you believe in that?
Can you prove that the God exists?
Can you prove that God does not exist?
No. Can you please answer my question? Can you prove that God exists?
Yes, I can prove that God exists, of course.
Okay, fantastic. If you can prove that God exists, then I will take back my statement that the God is fake. So go ahead and prove that the God exists. Then I will take back my statement that God is fake.
All right, fine. Okay. You asked me a question to prove if God exists. I asked you a question to prove he's fake, and you said I should go ahead and answer your question
That's
first
right.
of all. All
Yes.
right. I'm gonna respond to that. Proving that God is real. In what way do you want me to prove it?
Whatever way that proves that the God in fact exists. Whatever way. Whatever.
All right.
You can tell him to come and say hello. You can tell him to let's see his hand from up the sky or something. He can open his own TikTok account and come and say hi. Something, just anything that proves
All
that
right.
this is
All right.
God.
All right. It's okay. Since you say anything, I'd like you to just give me little seconds so that I prove it with anything.
All right.
Because you gave me that permission to. All right. With anything, I want to prove the existence of God with history, my life, and the Bible. Once upon a time, I was diagnosed. Wait, you said anything, then that is you're giving me room to prove it in any way.
I did
All
say
right.
anything, but
All right.
your life, okay, go on.
All right. Let me start with my own personal testimony. Before I go deeper. First of all, there was a time I was infected. I had infection. If you know what they call sexual transmitted disease,
Ha.
STD. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uncle,
mommy,
uncle,
mommy, 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 mommy. No,
uncle.
mommy. Wait now, mommy. Let me answer a question. Now, you don't want me to talk.
You had STI. We are listening.
No, not STD, sexual transmitted
No, it's
disease.
now
Which
called
one?
STI. It used to be
Which
called
one did you
STI.
have? Trichomonas,
Okay.
gonorrhea,
Now
syphilis?
I'm trying to answer a question.
No,
I
no,
don't know
I
if you
want
can.
to know which one you had.
No, better
All
wait,
right.
wait, 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 so that you don't make that mistake. It is no longer called STDs. They are now called STIs. Okay?
Some persons are making fun of me, apostle for life, and they are laughing. Oh, is it wrong to be sincere?
No, it's not wrong. It's
No, it's
just
not
Come
wrong.
when I'm
on,
also talking
come
about
on.
STI, it's
Okay, fine. I get the correction. Thank you very much. It's
like,
noted.
not
STI,
STD.
sexual transmitted. I don't know the I for.
Sexually
Infection.
transmitted infection.
Okay, infection. Okay, I'm just telling you a little story of my life.
Which
And please,
infection did you have, sir?
All
all
right,
right,
go
I'll
on.
answer your question. You know, I'm trying to answer a question, but I'm still gonna answer your question.
Okay, we
All
are
right, and
listening.
I hope that when I ask my own question too as well, I will get response too.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
fine. Which
Yeah,
infection did you have?
I'm an open-minded person, and I want to answer this question. She asked me what kind of infection. Do you know what they call HIV? I don't know the name now.
Yes, yes.
Yes, it's the
Yeah,
same. It's the same name.
yeah, HIV. Yeah. I had it.
Oh
I
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I slept with a lady in the school. Then her name is Joy. I will never forget. I will never forget. I was a security man. She liked me then, and she was just saying, doing all those things. You know, as a young guy, I look good. You know, and she was coming around pushing for that. I was restricted because I have good home training. I don't know anything about God. I don't believe in God, and I can still change my opinion. I'm very open. So I have a then I since my mom believed in Jesus Christ and the rest of them, I remember kneeling down to pray. I remember I told him if he can heal me for this thing, if you can take this thing, because for me that was a death sentence. Like, HIV, I'm dead already. If you can take this one away from me, I will serve you for the rest of my life. I
HIV,
want to start by proving it with my own life.
HIV is not a death sentence.
Well, okay, fine, okay, whatever it is, but the way the doctor described it to me, I have to be taking drugs and keep myself alive. But I did not do anything. Just that prayer alone. Then I was already growing slimmer.
Apostle, what was your CD4 count?
Can I just finish answering my
No,
question? I
you've,
don't know.
you've you've told us. You've told us the
I don't know.
story.
I don't know who is this person. I don't know. You
Over there
interrupt
in the
me.
She's
box
my
right next to
moderator.
you.
She's my
You interrupt me
moderator.
if I'm talking. Huh?
She's my
No, you've already
moderator.
told us what infection you had. You've already told
Can
us
I?
how you got
No,
healed.
I don't know. You are very authoritative. Can I just finish talking? We are
No, it's
online.
not about being
Hold on.
authoritative.
Apostle, the question
Yeah.
he's asking you is very important. If you had HIV, when you go and do the test, right, they will check your CD4 count, right? So the question she's asking you is, for someone, if you indeed had HIV, right, you would have at least
Yeah.
what your CD4 count was.
I will notice my what. Please come again. You call something now. You say
The
see what?
CD4 count. That's to tell how much of the virus you've got inside
Oh,
you.
oh, 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 okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I must have a ED4
They
count.
would have explained it to you when they gave you your
Diagnosis.
results.
Well,
Because
I
for a
did my.
doctor,
Well,
this is
okay,
how. Hold on.
okay.
If they don't just prescribe medication to you, the CD4
Okay,
count tells them.
that is okay. That is okay. I just
No,
want
it
to.
is not okay.
What do you mean it's not
They
okay?
look. I'm explaining something to you. Can you hold on?
Can
They
you just
look to.
can
They
you?
look to see. Excuse me, please. They look to see. They look
If you
at
have
your
a theory,
CD4 count so that they know what type of medication to put you on. They
she's
can't
fine with
just
the theory.
prescribe. They don't just. You don't
Also,
just get infected with HIV and they put
Well,
you on medication straight
she can't
away.
stop
That is not
attacking
how
me.
it works.
I don't know why
let
she's
me
behaving that
wait.
way.
Hold on, Apostle, please.
I'm
Apostle.
explaining something to you. There are people in the comments and there are people watching behind the scenes. You
Okay.
can't just
Well,
come here and say anything and
All
expect people to believe you.
Okay, hold on.
I
Okay,
don't know
guys.
why you.
Okay,
I don't know why you
listen,
hush
listen.
like this.
Apostle,
Oh, please.
Apostle. Okay, so when you did your test, right? They confirmed that you had HIV. Yes. How many times did you get tested?
Madam, can I answer to you now? Can I respond to you?
How many times did you get tested?
All right, please just control the conversation because I like being sincere, and
It's,
I'm very
it's
open-minded person.
and I
I'm ready
appreciate
to
that,
learn. Yeah, so
and I appreciate that.
I'm ready to learn. I can change my ideology. My mindset are not static.
But
Yeah,
okay,
so
that's fine. Nobody, we're not
there is
trying to get you to change your ideology
no
at
the reason
all.
why
That's not
the
the
reason
goal.
do you know why I came live? Something happened to me that made me start doubting day before yesterday. I know why I joined this life. Something made happen to me that made
Okay,
me
but
start doubting.
Apostle,
So
Apostle, Apostle, relax. Let's finish that conversation we were
okay,
having. You
okay.
said you had HIV. Yeah. How did they diagnose HIV? Did you do a blood test or what? What was the?
No, it was urine. My urine.
Oh my goodness.
My urine. That's what they used. That's the first thing they did. And after they did that, the guy I explained, I told him some pores are coming out from my penis. I'm feeling pain. I'm growing slimmer and the rest of them. After I did all those things, he asked me to bring the urine. That is a Muslim guy. His name is Aminu. I was in Zaria then, in the northern part of Nigeria. So
It's not.
I went to this pharmacy, and after doing that test, he asked me to get my urine and the rest of them. And after doing it, they said, well, what is noticing is like gonorrhea or so, gonorrhea or whatever. That is not a serious something. It's not a serious something. And then somebody advised me instead of listening to all this Hausa pharmacy guy, I should go further to do my checkup. I was not having much. I went to the other man I went to, and he told me he wants to be sincere with me that what I have was HIV. So I take that to heart. No money for going for any other test and the rest of them. But I know what was happening to me, and
Apostle,
every
you did
time.
not have HIV.
No, you
Okay,
didn't.
fine. Okay, fine. Okay, let's believe that I don't have HIV. It's okay. Can
Not
I just
about
finish?
believing.
No, you
You
Can I
didn't.
never
just
had.
finish?
You never had it.
Fine, fine.
You
Okay,
had a
fine. It's
urine
okay.
test.
It's okay.
You had
But
a urine test, which of course you can test for HIV using urine or saliva. That is fine. Yeah, that part I'm not gonna argue with. However, when you have an HIV test and it comes out positive, they tend to test you again. They take your blood, they draw your blood, they send it off to the lab where they look at your CD4 count and then prescribe medication.
Immediately, they need to. A course of action will need to be started immediately. Some form of, they'll put you on some, depending on what your CD4 count is. And this is why we are not convinced that you had HIV. And if you said you were hurting in your PP, it might have been something else, maybe not HIV. But I don't know how we got to this point. You were supposed to be proving
He was
that the
trying to
God
prove his God, so his
God is
God healed him from an HIV that he never had,
right.
that was not properly diagnosed. It's just ludicrous.
So yeah, okay. Apostle, please, we're taking people that believe in God or followers of Jerry Eze. Yeah.
All right, my mic was muted actually initially. I was trying to talk, but I was not talking. Well, you can see how sincere I was when I was talking. I have two phones here. I can
Hello,
Google and
Hold on, please.
respond.
Apostle. Hello. Hi.
I
Hold
can
on,
go.
please. Hold
Can you
on,
hear
now,
me?
President. Please hold on.
I have two phones here. I can Google and respond and be replying to you people and tell you this how I did my HIV test is through, as this woman said, vessel of I don't know, but she said it's through blood. I can Google and check all those things.
I
But I'm
didn't
being
say
sincere,
it's through
and I'm
blood.
telling you,
I
I'm
said
telling you
that I
people.
agree with you that they can use urine. However, if your urine sample comes back positive, they will draw blood and send it to the lab. The results will be back in a couple of days or
No,
so.
okay, now I understand. No, I
That
believe
blood
you. I
test
believe
will,
you. I believe you.
no, you don't have to believe me.
I
That
accept what
blood
you are
test will
saying.
tell you your CD4 count. From
I
there,
accept what
you
you are
prescribe
saying. Oh,
medication.
all
Okay,
right.
don't talk
The
For
over
reason.
her.
HIV, for a positive HIV
Hold
test,
on.
they don't just do one test.
Don't talk
the
over her.
reason the reason why I said that, and the reason why I choose to be sincere, and I will forever be sincere. I
All right.
can't say I do what I
No,
did not do.
Apostle,
Yeah,
please. You are supposed to be proving that this God exists. Okay.
without using myself, right?
If the HIV cannot prove it, go on to something else.
All right. The second reason why I will give the reason that God exists, apart from my own life, apart from my personal experience, I will want to use other medium to prove the existence of God. Since you told me to use anything, and remember, I still have a question for you that you say you're going to answer.
Yes.
The
Apostle,
Bible,
can I say
the Bible.
something? Can
Please
I
let me
come
just finish
in?
talking. And let me approve. Let
Nancy,
me prove
please
what I'm
hold on.
proving.
I
Okay.
don't want many
Let me
people
just
up
prove.
so that
Okay.
we don't
So
talk
the
about
Bible, the
it.
Bible. I want to use the Bible. Take
No,
for instance.
Apostle. Let me just say something to them so they can understand. Yeah,
What are
please.
you trying to say, Miss
Yes.
Intelligent?
Listen.
Please, I don't know.
You
I don't know if I can finish talking, Madam. I've been trying to
okay?
talk
Go
all this
ahead.
while. Let me.
Because they are
Yeah,
Miss
yeah,
Intelligent,
she
let the
because
guy speak now. Relax.
because yeah, because she's the lady here said I cannot use my life, so I'm trying to use something else. I want to use the Bible now.
I like
Now
I like this apostle.
The Bible, from what I've read, from what I've seen, the Bible, there are writings, there are recordings that was recorded in the Bible. There are prophecies that was written in the Bible that later manifested.
Hey, Oyinda. Sorry.
Yeah, there are prophecies in the Bible that was not fulfilled before that later manifested. Like
Prophecies.
right like writings that was there, God, the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, foretell something, and they all came to manifestation.
What can you give us an example of one of these prophecies that came into manifestation?
Yeah, the prophecy of the fall of Babylon. Babylon was the greatest city in the ancient time. In the time of antiquity, it's like what you see America today.
Yeah.
It is called Babylon the Great in the Bible. If you read the book of Daniel,
Oyinda, this
you will see
one, I spelled your name wrong.
you will s- you
Daniel
will see
chapter what? What Daniel chapter?
Daniel chapter 7, Daniel chapter 8, and Daniel chapter 9. If you read Daniel chapter 7, you will see the visions.
Apostle, let me understand this. Please, I need
Okay.
to understand that in trying to prove the existence of God,
Okay.
I'm looking inside a book that tells us that Babylon will fall. And because
Yeah.
Babylon fell,
Yeah.
exists.
Yeah. God foretell it that these things will happen. And that's prior to the happening. and these things later happened the way it was foretold by God.
So
And they
God,
have we have
Apostle,
historical.
Apostle, listen, I'm trying to understand
Okay.
that thousands of years ago, God spoke to somebody, said, "My guy, please go and get a sheep skin or go and get a stone. Please go and write it there. Babylon will fall." But this message is not for you, it's for the people coming later on to prove that I exist. And then he too goes and writes. And this thing for thousands of years. And thousands of years after the thing falls, now this is proof that God exists. I mean,
Now, I'm just trying to give you my own proof. It might not suit well to you, but you told me to prove if God exists. I'm just giving my own proof. It might not be okay with you.
no,
Eh,
it's
eh,
not
eh,
that
eh,
it's not okay with me. It makes no sense.
Okay, fine, fine. Can you tell me what will happen in the next one in the, let's say in 2 months time, and it happens? Can you tell me that? Can you say this thing will happen in 2 months time and it will happen? Can you do
No,
that?
I can't. I
You
cannot.
can't do that because you are a human. But
What
I'm
does it
telling you
have to
that
do with
that
proving
this
the
God said
existence
this
of
one
your
this thing,
God?
this God said in the Bible. He said this will happen, and it happens. And they are historical facts. I'm not being I'm trying to be
No, but
so logically
Apostle,
and reasonable.
Apostle,
They
hold
are
on,
historical facts.
hold on,
And
Apostle.
and you asked me
If
the
it's if
chapters in the
it's
Bible.
historical, what was the date? What's the date these things happened?
Okay,
Then
fine.
saying it's historical. What are the dates?
All right, she asked a question that if these things are historical, what are the dates these things happen? That's very interesting. You
It's
see, when
just
we are trying proving point like this, if the first time you asked me for the chapter, I gave you the chapter. Now she's asking for a
Asking
date.
for the chapter. You just said just now that it's a historical thing. Where
Yeah,
what's
but
the date? What was the date these things happened? Because when
she's
we
not
look at
even.
history, they always give you the dates.
Yes, they are historical. The destruction of Babylon has its date. It's
What year
there.
was it? What year was it
The-
destroyed?
no,
Please, I
but
don't want to. Okay,
hold on.
fine.
1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Just hold on, pause. In order to prove that your God exists, you're going into the book to go and get us a story that would have been disastrous for those people, that would have been something, not, the destruction of a temple, right? That would have caused people pain, that would have caused people anguish. That is how we now proving the existence of God. We have to go back in these books and look for stories where just destruction. We can't find stories where, oh, hallelujah, God came down and brought some flowers for the people of Israel. Here, look me, or something. Look for something. We have to go and it just come on.
All
Even
right.
if, even
All
if
right. All right,
the
mommy, mommy,
even if you
mommy.
do it, no, hold on.
But can I come in, please?
Even
I'm
if you
really
do,
be
even if you
patient
do prove
listening
it,
to prophet. You guys are not getting
even
what
if you do
prophecy.
prove it, why does it have to be something about destruction? Why?
All right. The reason why it is so is because you told me to use anything. You gave me a permission. You were not specific. Now, when you give somebody a permission to use anything to prove the existence of something, I asked you so many times. I said, "Can I use anything?" You said anything. I should go ahead. Now I'm using something, and you're questioning me. Why am I using that? I don't think we are being balanced here. You should have allowed me to just finish, and then you go ahead and say, "Okay, Apostle, this and this you said." I'm trying to prove
Apostle,
something.
apostle,
Yeah,
apostle. When I
yeah.
said to you anything that will prove that the God exists, what I
Okay.
mean, anything that will prove without a shadow of doubt, without
Without a.
shadow of doubt. This
All right.
is indeed. So when you are telling us about these things, in fact,
All right.
we've not even read this thing in the
Okay.
Bible. I would love to read it where God was telling people that something is going to be destroyed.
All right. All right. It's okay. This fact I'm giving you, you can fact check me. Maybe not here, but after the chat. The biblical prophecy prophesied the destruction of the fourth great kingdom we have in the time of antiquity.
The destruction of Babylon, it was prophesied by the prophet before the destruction. The destruction of Media and Persia reign, it was prophesied by the prophet before the destruction. And the destruction of the Greece Empire that was ruled by Alexandra, it was prophesied by the prophet before the destruction. And this is the second proof I'm giving about God. And the reason why I'm using this to prove this is because it is historical. You can fact check the dates in the Bible when he said it will happen, and fact check the time that kingdom, that system of rulership was destroyed, and everything is in correlation. Now I carefully study this, and that is why I believe in the existence of God. That is my second point thus far. And even if anybody is contradicting, if anybody have anything against my opinion, then the person can bring up his or her proof and say, Apostle, what you said is not true. Babylon was not destroyed.
So basically,
Radio,
Apostle, evidence that you have is about destruction, right? Destruction of all these different things. That's the only evidence you have for God.
that's number one. That is the only evidence that you can see physical, that is historically proven, recorded. Now, secondly, speaking about things that we can
Okay,
prove.
okay, Apostle. It's okay. Just pause for a minute. Let's hear from this lady.
All right.
Sorry about that. Let's hear from her because it's all
But I would like you to answer my question too. You know, I asked you a question
said I will
that
answer
you,
it.
you
I said
yeah,
I
you
will
proved.
answer.
All right.
Guys, I'm just going to I'm here listening, but I'm gonna be need the bathroom. So all right, Miss Intelligent.
All right. Let me just clear my throat, and I'm going to.
Wait, hold on. Someone in the comments, someone in the comments said they pray. Someone said, I pray that you, let's see, where is that comment? Someone said, I pray that you will find, you will have a reason. Kiddies fashioned by Jenny. I pray you will have a reason to believe in God. Right. While you are praying that I have a reason to believe in God, I also pray that you will have a reason to believe in the existence of Zeus. Huh? Or better still, that you will have the reason to believe in Lucifer. Okay? So if you're praying for me to have this belief in your sky daddy, yeah, you can also, I can also pray for you to have the belief in Lucifer. Congratulations. All right, go on, my sister.
First of all, thank you for the apostle. I'm just trying to feel a little bit sorry because you were making a good point. Like, I'm a child of God. I was brought up in a Christian and I believe in my God. And there's nothing, nobody will turn my head away from my God. My God exists. And I'm going to give you so many examples to tell you that my God exists.
Oh yeah, go on.
Miss
Okay.
Intelligence.
The first one is I'm gonna
Miss
mention two
Intelligence,
great
hold on.
women.
Hold
Oh,
on, Miss Intelligence. Hold on.
I'm coming.
What is the name of your God?
My
Please,
God
so sorry. Wait, Miss
is
Intelligent.
Jesus
Wait,
Christ.
sorry, Miss Intelligent. Before you say
Okay,
something,
Jesus
Hold
Christ
on,
is your
please.
hold
God.
on.
Okay.
Please, I'm gonna give you the example, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Your God is Jesus Christ.
My
Okay.
my God is Jesus Christ, and
Madam,
He
relax. You're too aggressive.
sacrificed
Relax.
His life for me,
This is not
Oh,
a
I
and He
want to
battlefield.
hear your
died for
Relax.
story. It's
me.
okay.
Okay, please, guys.
Okay?
Let's
Listen, let me give you
Yeah,
now.
you need
As
to
a
relax.
woman,
Relax. Take a chill. You're
just
not fighting.
let her speak, please, so that we
I'm
don't
not
turn this
fighting.
thing into a whole. Please let her speak now, please. Who muted her? No, let her speak. No, come on, guys. Please let
Afro,
her
see the
speak.
way she's hyperventing.
Okay, but Kata, no. See, I want
Hello?
it's okay. All
Let her
right, go on.
chill.
I'm
Because you,
Take it
listening.
easy.
I'm trying
I'm
to say
listening.
that, but you
Okay,
guys
okay.
are interfering. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to get my
All right,
point.
go on. You're trying to not so no interference. Oh yeah, we're listening.
Okay. First of all, listen, I'm gonna give you two great women in the Bible as a woman. Yeah, and then the father of all nations, Abraham. Yeah, Abraham was a God choose him to serve. Yeah, and he is the father of all nations. When Abraham's wife Sarah was barren, she couldn't have a child. She couldn't. And God said, you will have a child at certain age for around 90 something years old. So think about it. At exactly when on her old age, she gave back to one, her only child, which is Isaac. And Isaac became the nation, the great. And God also takes Abraham to sacrifice his only child, which is Isaac, and God provide a lamb and say, thank you, obey me.
Can I
So
ask you? Can I ask you a
now,
very
now
quick
I'm coming,
question?
I'm coming.
Hold on,
Now, in this our generation,
sorry, please, sorry. Are you saying that the child that this woman waited to have until she was 90 years old, God told them to go and sacrifice that child?
of course, yes. God trying to test them. That
Wait,
yes.
no, I'm trying to
No,
understand. This
but
woman
God,
was,
yes.
wait, now hold on. This
Yes.
woman was 90 years old. She has struggled to have kids and finally has a kid at 90. Now, the same God, after seeing her
They
and
are
what
to
has gotten
test,
all of this,
yes.
now the same God tells her, go and sacrifice that child to me.
Yes.
Do
Okay,
you,
go
do you,
and
do you,
listen. And
my
another point
sister,
is,
let me ask you a question. If God asks you to go and
you are not
sacrifice,
allowing me to say, you are
I will
just
let you speak.
because
I just need to ask a very quick question. If God asks you to sacrifice your child, will you? Huh? If God asks you
I'm
to
just
sacrifice,
trying to give you step by
I'm
step the
asking, I'm
point so you
asking
can
a
No,
able
very,
to
I'm asking a
understand.
very
question,
You
Miss
can able to
Intelligent.
get the
I'm
point.
asking a very quick
Of
question.
my God, what my God is incredible God is.
If
My God, my
please,
God
can
is
you
incredible
please?
God, and I am a living
Yes, I know,
testimony. And
I
my
know, I
Afro, to
know,
be
I
honest with
know.
you,
No,
she's
don't
not
mute her.
inebriated.
Don't mute her, please. I know that your
Inebriated.
God.
She's not altogether there.
No, wait. I know that your God is a wonderful God.
I
Just
am
a very
comfortable.
simple question. Okay, just a very simple question. If God asks you to sacrifice your child, will you do it?
If God says yes, I will. My
Oh my
God,
goodness.
Jesus Christ, the only Son of God, yes.
Yeah, Afro, take this lady down,
Je-
please. What the hell?
Jesus
No, no,
Christ,
I'm not taking her
yes.
down. No, no,
No
no.
other
You will
Please.
God.
unalive your child because of a fictional god.
I'm not
Are you
taking
okay? I'm
I'm
looking
not
for
The
the
taking
voice
her
only
of
down.
reason.
God. I don't
I'm
believe
trying
in
to
a
be nice to you
satanic
right now
whatever. I
because you're
believe in
saying a
God.
bunch of
I believe in
rubbish.
Jesus
You are
Christ.
Hold
saying
on.
rubbish right now.
Okay.
You will
No, but
unalive your child for a fictional god.
God
You're
do
a
you
terrible
worship?
person and you
No, what kind of okay? Do you sacrifice somebody for money ritual to kill somebody for money? Because that's why you people worship. Don't talk to my God like that. My God, because you people do satanic worship. Because
Who
that's
does
why
that?
for
Wait,
money ritual. My
Miss
God
Intelligent.
doesn't do satanic.
Miss
Yeah.
Intelligent. Can you prove that we do satanic worship, please?
No,
I would
listen.
like for you to
I will
prove that
prove
we
to
do
you.
satanic
I will
worship.
prove to you. This is what people say that kill
Please,
someone to
to
get
us.
money, keep someone to get into
Please,
power.
you know
That
what?
is what your God do.
Miss Intelligent, please be very careful with the words that you are using on TikTok. Stop using this KILL.
No,
I
but
beg you.
no, but you guys are talking about trying to confuse people's
Don't
mind about their
use,
religion.
please,
That God exists. Yes.
Miss Intelligent, I'm begging you. Please use TikTok friendly words. Please use TikTok friendly words. We don't want the live to be taken down. We want to have conversation with you. Nobody is fighting you and your God. Not at all. We only want to prove that your God either exists or he doesn't exist. Nobody's trying to change another person's mind.
I am
We're
trying
just
to
having
explain, but you
conversation.
people are not trying to get my
Can you
point. You are
stop using
interfering with
the KILL word, please?
Yeah, but the reason why I just use that because the person next to me and start saying
Use the
such thing
word,
to me.
use the word
No.
honor live. Use honor live, please. Not KILL, please.
Okay, like I was just say, yeah. When it comes to yeah, and I'm gonna give you a one. Do you have a child? Have you
Miss
ever get
Intelligent,
pregnant?
Miss Intelligent, please. There is you just made a claim about us that we worship the devil. If you cannot prove that, I would like for you to take that back. Because that right there,
No,
you
but
are
okay,
lying.
I would
You are
like
lying
you
on
to take
us.
what for
No,
Apostle
you are
say. You
lying.
people
You are
attack
lying.
Apostle
You are
when it was
lying on
giving his
us.
testimony. You guys take your
Listen,
word
Miss
back to
Intelligent,
Apostle.
Miss Intelligent,
Apostle.
you are
Take your word
lying
back.
on us. You are lying on us. And I will not tolerate that. That is not fair. If we're having conversations,
Now you
when
are
did you
lying
see
on
us?
him.
When did you
You are
tell
lying
me,
on
tell me,
Apostle of
tell me, tell
God.
me what
You are
lie?
lying on him when he was
Tell me
talking
what
about you
lie?
are
Tell me
lying.
what was the lie that I told? Tell me which
When he
one.
was explaining his testimony,
Uh-huh.
you are saying that take your word back, say back to him and take your word back. Then I will take my word back. Take your word
What was
back.
the lie that I said about him?
No, on the conversation, Apostle, can you come
what
back?
was the
When you
lie?
were
What was the
explaining
lie that I said
that
about
you
him?
believe in God,
All right.
that your God
Please,
exists.
All right.
You say
can this lady
something.
tell me what was the lie I said about Apostle?
All
Like,
right.
can we go back to the
All
conversation
right.
when
Miss Intelligent, can you tell me what lie I told about Apostle?
All
no,
right.
okay, somebody was like, is it very whatever you were
No,
talking when he would explain that something happened to him and start
Miss
and
Intelligent,
about the blood test, something like that.
Miss
Yeah,
Intelligence, Miss Intelligence, can you hear me?
yeah, yes, sir.
Well, the reason why I joined this live is because I believe it's a platform for conversation, and whatever we believe in, we should not be rigid on what we believe in. Our mind should be very, very open to accept opposition ideology without trying to
Exactly.
create offense. So I will advise you, since you said you should take back that word, just take back the word. There's nothing there. If you are a Christian, if you are Christ-like, if you are like Christ in the
Yeah.
Bible, and she tells you take back that word, just take it back. Now,
I'm a Christian, but I don't
now,
say
now,
certain word
so just
against
take
my
back the
child,
word. Don't
my
worry. You
God.
don't defend God. You just say your parts and the rest of them. Now, when it comes to my own place, you said she lied about me, and she no, they did not really lie about me. They were trying to.
I'm not a
They were.
mumu. I hear it.
Miss
I'm not a mumu.
Intelligent,
You are a
Miss
mumu.
Intelligent,
Don't come
like
and
I said,
insult me.
I will not allow you to make false claims about us. You said we do money ritual and we do worshipping of the devil.
Yeah, that
Can
that
you
is quite
prove
harsh. That is quite harsh. I don't think it's right. So,
Miss
and
Intelligent?
concerning, yeah, that's
Okay.
it. That's it.
I
That's it.
say,
Apostle,
That's it.
okay, I'm sorry
That's it.
if I
That's it.
say
don't
that.
make
That's it.
such
Okay, that's it.
accusations.
I use the word
Please don't
sorry.
make Miss
That's it.
Intelligent, Miss
But
Intelligent,
then don't,
Miss
and
Intelligent,
then
please
what's
don't
the
make
name of
this
this
kind of
person? You say
accusations about people
something to
next
me.
time. Don't
It
do it.
was
It's not
him that
nice.
made me to say it. No, it was him that
No,
make
it
me to
doesn't
say
matter.
it, not
Have you
Apostle.
seen him
The
worshiping the
person next
devil?
to me, it
Have you
was
seen him
him
worshiping the
that make
devil?
me say it. Yeah. No, he said that. He
Have
said that
you
to me. He said
seen?
you need to
Have
take
you
his
seen?
word
You know
back.
what? This
Take your
lady, I
word
don't think
back.
she
I
can.
say
I
my
know
word
I
back,
can't
take your
continue
word
like
back.
this.
Don't.
This lady cannot have this conversation. It's terrible.
Afro, let me cook now. Let me cook.
She don't go. I beg. That was just my goodness.
All right, Mrs. Afro, I asked you a question. You have not really answered me.
That
Most
lady
people,
seems to have
people
consumed
that
some
believe,
substances. This is not someone you're
You
gonna.
heard what she said that if God
Yeah,
tells her
but
to
you can't have
unalive
a
her
clear
child,
conversation. You can't have a clear conversation with someone like that.
Oh,
she said
finally,
if God
there's
tells her
what
to
we talk.
unalive her child, she won't think twice.
Yes,
Imagine.
I did.
These are the people we share planets with.
All right.
Apostle, what do you have to say about that?
No, if you listen to her talking, you know she's just being religious. That is the
No,
mindset.
Apostle, what do you say about that? Because she said
No,
she would
no. For
unalive
me,
her child if God
for
told
me,
her.
there's no point in what she's saying. I don't get anything what she's saying.
Would
that is
you
disturbing.
unalive your own child if God told you to do it?
I won't do that.
Is your God telling you?
I don't know. Can I just be sincere? You asked me a question, I answered you. You are telling me if my God. I just answered you.
Yeah, but
I'm
I
trying to be
don't
sincere.
understand.
I'm
Is
trying
your
to be
God telling
sincere.
you to do something? Because Jonah was told to go and preach to the people of Nineveh. He refused. He went somewhere else. He used his free will to go to another place. But God used a fish to swallow him and take him there. So even if you refuse to do it, God will make you do it.
Even
Right?
if I refuse to do it, God will make me do it.
Even if you refuse to unalive your child, the God will
Mm,
make you do it. You'll find a way, like how he took Jonah with the fish, with the whale,
okay.
to Nineveh and make him do what he told him to do.
All right, all right. Before I answered you, I really want to thank you for your suggestions on how you explain those stuff for me. I was educated and I learned a lot. I don't hide my feelings, and I'm trying my
Oh
best to be
goodness.
sincere.
Apostle,
Like I
although
said,
you lied,
I'm
but I
I'm
like
the
you.
last person you should patronize.
Yeah,
Just
although
feel free
you
to
lied,
pray.
oh, Apostle, but I like you. Although you lied, you told
Me,
one
I
lie when
like
I was having shower. I heard
me. I
that lie. They asked you
me,
again, you
wait
denied it,
now. Wait,
but I
I'm
still
coming.
like you.
I'm coming. Me, I like your voice. I came here to learn. I don't know. I
This
don't
But
know what
you
you
apostle.
lied,
are.
though. You lied, and I know God will be angry with you, but it's okay. Let's move on. I
See,
like the fact that you're being mature
okay,
towards my host. I don't joke with my host, and Vessel. I don't joke with
okay,
two
sir.
of them.
Okay,
You're being
sir. Now this is
respectful
it.
to them, so
Now
I will allow you.
this is it. I just maybe what I said was what happened. If I want to lie, I will have Google everything and say it plainly, and nobody will get what I'm saying. I'm having two phones here. My laptop is in front of me as well. I
No,
can
no,
Google what,
that one
but
is fine, apostle. I was
but
just
I did not do anything. I
wondering.
was just trying to be.
No,
I
because
was saying what happened literally.
yeah,
I'm not a.
Apostle, we've moved from that. We're now on
All right,
another stage.
all right. I
But
asked her a
God's
question. I
telling you
said,
to unalive your child. Because if you refuse to unalive your child, the God is going to make you do it. The
okay, is that
same
what you
way
are saying?
Jonah refused to go and preach to the people of Nineveh, God caused the fish to swallow him, carry him, go Nineveh. Whether he liked
All,
it or not, he ended up there. So
all right.
even if you refuse to unalive your child, God will make it possible, will put you in a situation that you end up doing it. Yes or no?
That is not really true. Can I say something?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you asked me yes or no question, and that is not really. It will not be fair if we want to use the Bible to analyze the God of the Bible and total, totally agree
Apostle,
that
come on
totally.
now.
No, you are saying something. I want to answer you. I've not even answered you. I've not even answered you.
But you're
I
saying you shouldn't use the
Apostle,
Bible?
Apostle had
no
a
you.
question. Wait, I want to move this conversation along. Apostle said he has a question for me. Please ask your
Yes.
question and let's move on to Kiddy's, the lady Kiddy's.
Okay, okay. No, I wanted to answer this. I am highly esteemed. I don't know her name, but she's highly esteemed because she speaks.
Oh, Uncle, just answer the question.
No,
We
there's no
already,
question. There's no
Apostle,
question
we
here.
already like. Oh yeah,
My
you
name
have a
is Vessel
question
of
for me.
Dishonor.
You have a question. Her name is Vessel of Dishonor.
Okay, I asked a question. The question is this. She asked me to prove God, and I used historical facts to prove God. Through the foretelling of God, how He prophesied that these things will happen, and historically speaking, it happens.
Can you give?
And I asked her a question. I asked the
Apostle,
question. I
Apostle,
said, then
Apostle,
can you?
Apostle, please give us the chapter and the verse where God foretold these things, please.
Okay, fine. That might take me time. I cannot do it now. It's not in my head. It's like telling me to tell you to tell me what they taught you in primary school.
No, no,
What is the color of the shirt of a teacher?
look for it
It is
while
true.
look for
It
it
is
while
true.
we speak to kiddies. Let's speak to kiddies. You can look for it.
You said?
Look for it while we speak to kiddies.
Okay, 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 okay.
Kiddies, are you there? Kiddies,
Yes,
kiddies, are you
please.
there?
Yes,
Hello, good
please.
evening.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi, are you a Christian?
Yes, please. I am a Christian.
Are
Kiddies
you
are
a member of NSPPD?
100% member.
Okay. How old are you, please?
You asking for my age?
Yes, for
no for
TikTok
TikTok.
purposes.
Anyway,
Ah,
okay. I'm
no
28.
how.
All
Am
right.
I 28 or 38?
28, she said.
Okay, okay, all right, cool, cool.
Go
Right.
ahead.
So,
Yep.
so,
Yes, I am.
so, how long have you been following NSPPD?
For the past 3 years.
How many miracles have you received?
A lot.
Give me an example of one
And
miracle.
I'm evidence that God exists. I've carried my evidence. In fact, I carried my
Give
evidence
me,
every
give
week on the
me,
fire altar.
give me an example of an evidence that you have carried from the fire
Okay,
altar.
I'm going to share with you.
All right, please give
My
me.
cousin was married for 11 years
Mhm.
without a child.
Okay.
Her case was mentioned on the altar. Just yesterday, she gave birth to a baby boy.
Her case was mentioned on the fire altar.
Yes. Yes, please.
That's not true.
I said that's true, ma.
That is not true, kiddies.
I'm telling you the truth. I have a
All
friend
right,
that want to
tell
have
us.
surgery.
All right,
We prayed.
tell us what Jerry said that made you believe that
I cannot tell you what
this
Papa
was
says. You
mentioned.
can go to Nsppd program and watch it yourself because
Listen,
there's nothing I've told that will make
one
you to
second.
believe that.
No, listen,
So how do you
kiddies,
know her case was
please,
mentioned?
wait, kiddies, please. We have heard.
Yes, please.
Wait, no, kiddies, can you please just pause for a minute,
Yes,
please?
please.
Pause for a minute. So
Okay,
we
it's
have
fine.
heard Jerry Eze.
It's fine.
We have heard Jerry Eze. We hear him the way he prays, right? He will be shouting, if you put it on the live stream, gonorrhea, put it on the live stream. Baby, put it on the live stream. Put it on the live stream. So, how do you know that it was your sister or your cousin or whatever? How do you know it was her he was talking about, her case? So, huh? Kiddies, how do you know it was because when your Jerry is speaking, he doesn't mention any names. He doesn't say, "Oh, this is the testimony for this is a word of from the Lord for kiddies. This is a word from the Lord for Cyrus or whatever." No. So
What
how
that
do
guy
you?
does is that he casts his net into the river and hopes that he catches one person, and they will now come and tell you his prophecy. He didn't mention anybody's name. Let's stop this thing we are saying.
Kata, I think that
It does
Jerry
not have
has.
to mention anyone's name for you to know that
So
is
how
your
do you know
word.
it was your
Okay?
sister
So how
that
do
was
you know?
mentioned?
Because I know.
How do
She
Because
you
knows
you
that
know.
is her
How
know?
do
word.
you know, madam?
Exactly what she prayed. God puts puts it in
Did
Pastor
they call your
Jerry's mouth.
sister's
Exactly
name?
how
Did
she
they call
wrote
your
it in her
sister's
book.
name?
That
No,
was how
Did they
it
call
was
your
described.
sister's
Think are
name?
in the same
You don't need to
situation.
call someone's name for you to know
Please,
that that word
guys,
is yours.
she just made a claim, right? She said that her cousin wrote in her book that God should put it inside Jerry's mouth.
Nah,
Wow.
Quayle.
How
That's
can
You can
somebody,
just wake up in the morning. You can
excuse me,
just
please, kiddies,
okay.
please. How can somebody who speaks to God, you speak to God directly, you and God get relationship. Now you go and pray to that God. God, please put my case inside Jerry's. You are speaking to God, though.
Mm.
But now you are telling God to put your case inside Jerry's mouth. What kind of mumu is that? What kind of mumu is that? You are talking to the God himself.
God can use someone to rescue you. Hope you know, ma.
Why
God can
can't
use
God do
someone
it
to
for
No,
you?
rescue
kiddies,
you.
kiddies, you're not getting the point. You're praying to God, right? You're talking directly to God. Instead of saying to God, God, save me from this situation or bless me with this, you are now saying to God, put my case in Jerry's mouth.
Is she deaf and dumb? Can't she
That
talk to
doesn't
God
make
Hey
directly?
God.
sense.
Are you deaf and dumb? Can't you talk to God directly? Why do you need
You
a
can talk to
random man
God directly.
In Abia State to call your case for you before you know God is speaking to you? One
Hi.
random man shouting like a mad dog in Abia State.
You
You need
don't
him to
have to
call. You need
insult
it.
him.
He's a
You
mad
don't
dog.
have
Please
to.
leave me. Don't
How
tell me
is it
what
a
to say.
mad
Don't tell
dog?
me what to
May
say.
God have mercy on you. That's the only thing I will
May
say.
No,
I'm not
Satan
going to
have
kiddies,
mercy
insult
on
kiddies,
you.
you
May
will
anybody.
not say
Satan
that.
have
Amen.
mercy on you. May Satan
Amen. I pray for
romance
God
your
mercies
soul.
every day in
May
my life.
Satan have mercy on you. How many
Satan
here to
cannot
tell me
have
may God have
mercy
mercy on?
on me.
May
God that will
Satan,
have mercy
may
on me.
Your God
Satan
cannot have
have
mercy
mercy
on us.
on you.
God
Nonsense.
have mercy on me.
May
Your
If
God
not
Satan
for
can never
have
God's
have
mercy
mercy, I
on
mercy
would
on
have
you.
been
us.
dead.
May Satan have
If
mercy
not for
on
his
you.
mercy, I would have been dead by now.
If not for Satan's mercy,
But
It's you that said
you're going to analyze
that
though,
will have
please.
mercy on. Even your
You're not
voice
going to
alone
live
sounds
forever.
like Satan
You
already.
are not going to live forever,
Say that,
Kiddies.
imagine.
sister.
You are
Okay,
going to
okay, guys.
analyze.
That's
Okay,
your
guys.
Nobody
voice now.
lives forever.
Guys. Okay, let's do. Please, kiddies, don't tell us that any of us here may God have mercy on you, because when you do that, we too we can equally ask Satan or Lucifer to have mercy on you. Please do not say things like that here. We don't believe in your God, so please, your God cannot have mercy on us. He has not finished having mercy on his own children. Eh? So there's no way he's having mercy on us. So it is a foolish thing. She's gone. It's a foolish thing
Afro,
for. Yes, ma'am.
she says if it wasn't for this God, she would have unalived. Why are you scared to unalive? Unalive and go to your God now.
Mm-hmm. It
If
was
it
by
wasn't
his
for this
mercy.
God, I would have unalived. Now, did you think you're going to live forever? These people are scared, so scared to unalive.
Nobody is
Oh,
scared as of death,
Uh,
like religious people.
wow.
my
God didn't
brother,
have a
you
God.
are just always too harsh. My brother, you're always too harsh.
Michael, don't even start.
Michael,
No,
Michael, don't even
I like
start.
you. You know I like you. Better
I
than
know now. Please now, you're always too harsh. Please,
better
brother, I know.
relax. So relax. Let me do my thing. Just go and
All right,
visit all those
all
fake
right,
pastors you used to visit.
all right. I'm back. Oh, me, my question. You asked
Hello.
me a question. I'm back. The
Okay,
Afro.
Apostle, hold on. Hold on, Apostle.
Okay, okay.
So the lady that is up. What's your name, please?
Abigail.
Oh, Abigail. Abigail, do you
Yes.
believe in God?
Not, should I say, not the kind that I was introduced to by religion.
Oh, which kind?
I now I believe that I'm God in flesh.
What?
I
What
I
again?
mean I believe that I'm God in flesh. My God is not in the sky hovering somewhere.
Oh,
So I talk to myself. I get the answers for myself.
oh well. So why would you call yourself a God then?
Pardon?
Why would you call yourself a God? For what reason? Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, normally when we even say God, for me, what I always say is that when we say God, God itself as a word is a vocabulary. It's just a vocabulary. Whoever he is to you, that is what he will do to you. He's just a vocabulary. So I can choose to call my God divine flow. I can choose to call him any way that he feels personal to me. So that
So like divine shit, yeah? You can call him divine shit.
no, the truth is I will call him whatever
No,
he
seriously, say
feels.
whatever he feels like. I mean, if listen,
No,
cheating.
so
No,
listen, listen.
excuse me, my sister. Cheating is a very fundamental part of our existence, right? It is part of the digestive system, right? If you're not cheating, you're gonna have issues. Cheating is a very fundamental part of people's lives, right? When you have a baby
Please,
and the baby hasn't
please.
shat, when the baby hasn't shat for 3 days, the mother will start panicking.
Now, please listen. Can I say something? Can I say something?
We're listening.
Uh-huh. You know,
That's not for
I
you're laughing.
I respect each and everyone's opinion. Actually, for me, I don't judge. This is bad. This is good. This is ugly. This is what. This is Satan. This no, I don't do those kind of judgment. And whatever you are saying right now, like out of as if you are mocking or something, actually, it's not even reaching me. I'm not. It's not even. I'm not
No,
bothered.
my sister, please
It is
please don't do that. Nobody's mocking.
no
You said you can
you
call you
no.
wait. You said you can call God anything, right? You say you
So
call God
no,
a
no.
sheep. I just asked
Listen,
a
listen,
question. Can you
listen,
call it the sheep as well? It's just a
listen,
question.
listen, listen. I said I can call him anything that makes him feel personal to me.
Your,
So
your
if you
shit,
tell me, if
your
you
shit is
give me
personal to you.
There's nothing more personal than your
why,
shit.
Your shit is
no, why
personal to
should
you.
you listen?
Hello?
Why should you try to put words in my mouth or something? I'm trying to, wrap my head around what you are trying to do. You get it?
Okay.
I am not
My
here
sister, no, no, two
wanting
things,
to
two things.
judge.
No, no, listen, two things. Are you a follower of Jerry Eze?
A follower of who?
This Jerry Eze, the guy
I've
on
never
the
heard.
top.
No,
Okay.
I've never heard
Do
about
you
him.
believe, do you believe in God?
I believe in God. In fact, I don't. I've transgressed from believing. I know him. I know him. I know who I am. I'm a spirit before I became
Do
flesh.
you, can
That
you
is
answer
it.
the question?
I
Please
don't
answer the
believe.
question.
I don't,
Please answer the question. Do you believe in God?
yes, I
Do you
believe
believe
in
in God?
God.
Okay. Right. If you believe in God, can you prove that God exists?
I don't need to prove him.
All right. Thank you. And my
That is
sister,
my. I don't need to prove.
we want to talk to people that can prove that God exists. We
Afro
need
first, she
to
said she is God. Now she
waste
believes
no
in
time.
God.
No, we're not here to waste time.
All these
Please,
closet Christians
we want people
hiding in
that
the
can
closet.
prove that God exists. We're not here for all those. I am God. I am God.
I
God is
am God.
inside me.
God
My
is
God is.
consciousness. All these rubbish, they
Well,
just be
I
using
don't know.
buzzwords. I
Good
don't know
evening.
have the
I
meaning.
don't know why I'm not.
God
I don't
is.
know. Can I answer these questions and let me go?
Who said
Hello.
that? Yeah,
Is Apostle.
Apostle.
Apostle is back.
Yeah, I've been back, and that the people you are aligned to talk, they are not making any sense.
Ah,
The
thank you, Apostle.
Apostle, that's not
Apostle
nice.
yourself, no.
I don't
Apostle,
like
that's
it.
not
Hello,
nice
good
now.
evening,
I've
everyone.
been I've been
Good
online.
morning.
No, please, hold
I've been
on.
online here. I've been waiting. The other one says misintelligent.
There's an
She
echo.
talk. You not say anything. This one came and said anything she says is God is God. Me, I'm on the topic. Let me just make my own point. I'm here to
Yeah.
learn. I don't.
I
No,
like this
come on
Apostle. I
now.
like this
Go on,
Apostle.
go on.
I like him.
Now. I like your voice too. Thank you.
I don't like
The
my voice.
I
This is
like
what
your
you
voice
call.
now.
This is what
What
you
a
call
high,
a. This is what you call a bromance.
so please, she asked me a question. She asked me. I raised a point of how the Bible prophesied of the destruction of Babylon, and it happened historically
Why do you
speaking.
keep talking about this, Apostle? Move on
I
from
told
that.
you. No, I told
No,
you to
she
get
gave
the
me.
Bible verse.
I don't.
All right. Sorry,
I
go
told you
ahead.
to get the Bible verse.
She was the one who asked me to get these things,
I
and
said sorry now. Go ahead.
all right. So I opened the Google here, and the first thing I see, I type prophecy of the destruction of Babylon in the Bible and dates. And Google gave me this thing, AI overview. The Bible foretells, I'm reading now from Google. The Bible foretells the destruction of the
Google.
city of Babylon. Please let me finish reading, please. Please.
You know, if you make
The
mistake,
Bible
I will correct you
foretells
now.
the
Uh-uh.
Bible foretells the destruction of the
Host,
city of
mute some of them. Let those speaking
No, I will mute
speak.
you instead.
Mute some of them.
I will mute you. There you go. I'll mute you. Go
all
ahead,
right, can I
Apostle.
all right, thank you. I'm reading from Google now to prove that what the Bible said is true. This is AI, artificial intelligence. The Bible foretells the destruction of the city of Babylon, and this prophecy is fulfilled when the Medo-Persian army conquered the city in 500 the city in 539 BC, the city of Babylon. The prophecy was given by the prophet Isaiah around 732 BCE, nearly 2 centuries before the event. The Bible passage for that prophecy is Isaiah 13 from verse 9 to 20. So Isaiah foretells the destruction of Babylon before it happens, and this is proven historically speaking. So I think I've answered your question, ma. So my own question is, I asked a question initially,
No, sorry,
and
sorry. You've answered my question. I appreciate that. But that is
okay,
no proof of the existence of God. Not at all.
okay. What do you mean? As in, he foretells something will happen. Like if somebody comes and say by this time America will be destroyed, and it happens. Do you think anybody can say that?
Yes,
Like
Yeah.
Babylon?
anybody can say that.
No, Babylon the
I
Great
can tell you
was.
that in the morning you're going to shit. And you will shit. That's not proof that there's God. Anyone
I'm
can
coming.
say anything.
I'm coming. We're not talking about shit. We are talking
Apostle,
about the
have
We
you heard
use
of
that as an
forecasting?
example.
Sir?
Apostle, have you heard of forecasting?
Forecasting. Yes, of course, of course.
You know it's real, right?
Forecasting is real.
So I can forecast anything and it comes out. Does that mean I'm a prophet?
No, you're not. You're not a prophet. You're not.
So that's the same thing that is applicable in this case. That something was predicted to happen does not mean that the Bible is real or your God is real.
Okay,
And
okay,
can I
fine.
ask which of the prophets prophesied this?
Isaiah.
Who?
Isaiah.
Who is Isaiah? Sorry, I don't know.
Isaiah.
Prophet Isaiah.
Isaiah?
Yeah.
The one that predicted
Isaiah.
the birth of Jesus.
No, don't worry. Somebody said it's not important. It's not necessary. So there's no need. But I've given you my facts, and I just Google it
Ask
now.
your question now so we can move on to the next person.
Yeah, please let's move on. I just had to answer your
What's the
question.
question? Ask your question.
Yeah, like I said, I want to ask my question. You asked me to prove something, and I did that. Now I ask you to prove to
No,
me.
you didn't prove it. You gave
Okay,
some answer.
okay, fine. I gave my own reasons, okay? And I gave my own distance. So I want to hear from you. And I'm not going to tell you not do that. Whatever you say, I will accept it. Our opinions should be accepted. And if you want to take it, take it. If you don't want to take it, you will leave it. Now, this you said that I want you to prove to me that God does not exist. What is your proof? Remember, every proof I gave you, you said there are no proof. So I want you to give me your proof of the non-existence of God.
Let me try one.
I think this is quite clear cut. You've been asked to provide evidence that this God exists, and so far so good. You have failed at it, right?
No, please, madam, wait. Just tell me I've done my
I'm speaking. So the fact that this God has never been proven to exist is the evidence that he doesn't exist. Nobody has been able to prove that this God exists. And that right there is the proof that this God doesn't exist.
So this is your proof now from this is the proof you're coming with?
Can you provide evidence that the God exists?
No, I'm asking you a question. I say, is this your proof that he does not exist?
Yeah, that's and many other things as well.
No, just tell me your proof. You just said something.
Apostle, let's try this.
All right.
God, where are you? God, can you hear me? Nobody answered, so he doesn't exist.
The fact that you have not seen your great grandfather does not mean that they've not lived on earth
shut up.
before.
I saw my
So
great grandfather.
you can call your grandfather, then we'll see whether he will respond. Yeah, that is exactly what I'm saying.
Just shut up. What is this one?
Shut up, I beg, please.
He's attacking me. Why is he attacking me? I'm speaking to my apostle.
No, but yeah, you don't use shut up. Now we corrected that lady before, now that one that told kill and the rest of. Let's just stop.
Apostle, I just called right now. I just said God. Nobody answered me.
Nobody.
Okay.
So what's the point?
So that is your proof.
It's all about slavery.
If he was here, he would have
It's
answered.
all about slavery.
Apostle, can I ask you something, please? When you're sick, for example, when you had the STI, where did you go?
Exactly. To the
Sorry. Before you, I'm going to answer your question. I've been answering every question I'm asked here, but somebody answered my question.
We're still responding. Remember, you gave proof of the existence of your God, right?
No, he didn't.
No, yeah. Well, he feels that he has. We also have a chance to also answer you. I also want to answer your question. You said to prove the existence, prove that he doesn't exist. So I'm answering your question by telling you that when you had your STI, you didn't go to this God. You went to human beings, right?
Yeah, that's
human
true.
beings cheated you, not your God. If someone was to come into your house forcefully right now, is it not the police or the army you're going to call? They will come and rescue you. Your God will not open the sky and come and pick you up and take you to a place of safety. No. If you're hungry and you need food, it's a human being that's going to cook food and say, Apostle, look, I have an extra bag of rice in my house. Take and eat. It's not your God that does all these things. It's human beings. And no, there's no God using these human beings to do these things for you. If the
Okay.
God is real, if the God is true, let him just do the things directly instead of
Okay.
sending
Okay.
people.
I've heard you. I've heard your opinions. But let me start with the Afro 80s, the woman that first of all answered me, because this should be a conversation. I lay my points. My point was not
No, but
accepted
I've
by you.
just said something. Why don't you address what I've just said to you?
I want to address the first person. You are the third person that
Okay,
spoke
that's
to me.
fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, the first lady that spoke to me, you gave me your point by saying if you cannot prove the existence of it, then it means it does not exist. I want to ask you a question now.
Thank
Can
you.
you can you prove ovulation? Say ovulation. Can you prove what do they call this theory now? The theory that said
Oh, look at that
That's
gorgeousness.
beautiful.
Take
the theory
one.
the theory that said the theory that said men came from animals.
You
Can
mean
you prove that
you
theory?
mean evolution?
Can you prove the theory of evolution?
It,
Because
is,
till
it has been
today,
scientifically proven times without number. We don't have to go over this.
no, I did not believe it. It has not been proven by
You don't
anybody.
believe something that is scientifically proven.
Can
Show
I
me your
ask
proof. It has never been proven.
Apostle,
Oh my
Evolution.
God.
Sorry, ma, I'm
Apostle,
coming. I'm
Apostle,
coming.
no,
You
no,
know,
no, no, no,
I
no,
was
you are
asking you
not
a
coming.
question.
Apostle,
I was
please.
asking you a
Apostle,
question,
please.
and okay.
Apostle, what has the evolution got to do with the existence of God? Please. Can we stay on topic?
Yeah,
Can we
all right. You
stay
said if you
on
cannot
topic?
prove,
Can
you
we
said
stay
if you cannot prove,
on topic?
madam, it's like
Evolution has
I'll be talking the
nothing.
way I feel now. I'm trying to make a conversation,
Evolution
but you're
has
not allowing
nothing.
me.
Evolution
You
has
said if you
nothing to
cannot
do
prove
with the
something,
existence
if
of God. Evolution has nothing to do with whether God exists or not. Why are you changing the topic?
I'm
Are
not
we
changing
talking
the
about
topic.
something that
I asked you a question. You said if you cannot prove something, that means that thing does not exist. And I asked you to date, nobody has proven evolution. Nobody was there when it happens. It happens billions of years ago.
Okay.
And somebody
Can
from
you prove the
somewhere came
existence
and
of
said
the
evolution
gods?
happened, and you believe
okay?
evolution.
No, no, no,
And I'm
no.
telling you, you said if you cannot prove it, then you cannot. It does not
Is it the
exist.
host that claimed evolution?
Kata,
Did you hear the host talking about evolution?
Kata,
But
this.
she said, if you cannot prove
Can
something,
I
that
Did you
means
hear
it
can I
the
does not
address
host
this
exist.
guy?
talking about evolution? Did you
I'm
hear
not
her make
I'm
a
not a
claim about
child. I'm trying
What
to
evolution?
is
reason here.
this?
I'm not here to
No, you're
defend
not
God.
being
I'm
reasonable,
not here to
Apostle.
defend God.
What
You're
kind of
I'm
not
not here
being
to
wahala is
defend God.
this?
reasonable at all.
No, I'm
Listen,
not here
Can
to
I
the
engage this
host
guy for a
didn't
while?
mention
What kind of
evolution.
wahala is
The
this?
host didn't make a claim about evolution. Why are
He
you
made it.
asking
He
the
was the one
host
that
that?
mentioned evolution. He was the one that mentioned it. And he asked me, do I believe in it? And I told him that it can be scientifically proven. And there's been tons of evidences out there and experiments that human beings emanated from animals. We are
give me
mammal. In
an
fact,
example.
we are a class
Give
of
me an
animals.
example
No, no,
here
no, no,
online.
no, no, no,
Give me
no,
an example.
no, Kata, no. I am not going to tolerate this conversation happening because
Can you
don't
imagine?
no,
Can
no,
you
don't
imagine?
say
But
can
you
you
asked the
imagine.
question. You shouldn't have asked it,
Apostle, please,
Apostle.
no, 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 no,
She
no,
asked me a
no,
question.
oh.
She told
Apostle,
me
please, I'm
if you
going to
cannot
mute
prove
you.
something.
I'm going to mute you. Please stay muted, please. Please stay muted. Right. So, Carter has told you, right? There is lots of evidence for evolution. There's tons of it, right?
Loads.
Now, this is not the place for us to come and start telling you about all the evidence that is available that proves that evolution is happening and has happened and will continue to happen, right? This is not the place for it. We're talking about God, right? But
Okay, fine.
don't
That
bring
means
that
you can't.
conversation up here.
That means
Don't bring that conversation up here. Please, no.
you can't prove it here. You can't prove it here. That's what you're saying, and I'm fine with that. I want to go to the second.
No, please, no. I'm not, no. You can't prove it. Eh? What the fuck? What is this guy talking about?
Hello, good evening, good morning, everyone.
Hey, Charles,
I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, so it's morning here. Well, I have seen your posts a couple of times, and sometimes I just watch it and I just laugh because I know that you are trying to emancipate people from what they believe in, what you feel that it's not something they should believe in. Oh, I think if you want to enlighten people, then if you want to help teach people what you feel is
Dear
right.
Blaze, sorry, are you using a mic or
I am using my AirPod.
They're cutting in and out. We cannot hear
yeah,
you.
and it's sounding very echoey, so it's difficult to hear you properly.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Much better, thank you.
Okay.
Before you carry on, are you a Christian or are you a follower of Jerry Eze?
It's a question.
Well, I am not a follower of any man of God, but I was born into a Christian family. I grew up and decided for myself.
So
But
you're
I
so
am not
you're
of the
so
old.
you're
I am.
so you're a
I,
Christian.
I am not a Christian. There is
Hmm?
something that created me. There is something that made me. I
You're
have
not a
that belief.
Christian.
Yeah, I am not a Christian, but I believe that something or people or something, things that are higher than me, made me because I did not just pop into existence.
Yeah, your parents are higher than you. They made you. Without your parents,
Yeah.
you would not
So
be here.
yeah. So
Okay,
what I when
so tell us what brings you here now.
okay, when I see your videos, I watch. I always watch to the end. I react and go. But today, this morning rather, I saw that you are live, so I decided to join the live. And when I came live, I won't lie, I don't laugh, tire. But the only thing I wanted to say was, I think, I think if you want to, for me, telling people that there is no God, trust me, that is a journey that you are not ready to embark on. And even if you want to enlighten people, especially
1 second, though.
Africans,
Geo Blaze, have you
yeah.
have you ever, and I want you to be very honest, have you ever heard me say in any of my videos there is no God?
No. I have never heard you say, but only talk about Bible, mainly
So,
Bible, and
so,
how they
so,
have lied and all of that.
so if that is the case, right? You are completely missing the point. I have not in any of my videos said there is no God. I have a goal. My goal is to expose the lies, the falsehood, the inconsistencies, the things that do not make sense in religion. That is my goal. I'm not here trying to tell people there is no God. I just don't believe in God, right? So yeah, I think you might
Okay.
be getting it wrong what I'm trying to do.
Okay. If for instance now, as you asked me if I was a Christian or a follower of Jerry, because this man is one of the persons I bash, but that is not the topic now. But if I am to say that, if I am to say that,
Why do you bash him? I want to hear what why.
because I know that church is a business, whether people accept it or not, it is a business. But that's not what I want to talk about.
Jerieze is a businessman, eh?
Pastors are businessmen. Everybody knows that. Everybody that has sense in
No.
their head knows that they are
I am
businessmen.
specifically asking about Jerieze. I am doing this for a reason. There are people here that are completely sold to Jerry Eze. They think that everybody who speaks evil or who speaks against their papa in the Lord, that person is, so I want you to let them know why you reckon that Jerry Eze is nothing but a businessman.
No, I am not. I have never watched his programs. I have never been on his life. I've never done anything that is close personally to him. I cannot specifically tell you that Jerry Eze is a businessman, but I know that men of God, pastors are businessmen. Am I clear?
All right, then I'm listening.
Okay. So when I came to your life, I heard the arguments, the fun. I won't lie, it was entertaining to me, but I wanted to say that For me, if you want to educate people, it's the best way to educate people. It's not by trying to be hard on them or use like no. You have to give people room to express themselves. One thing about belief was not built in a day. It's something that, like for me, I was born into a Christian home. If I had the mental capability to emancipate myself, does not mean that the next person will easily emancipate. So this thing is a gradual process, and if you have to do it with love, you have to tolerate people's ignorance. It is, I'm just telling you the fact. There is this man that was up there, this Qatar man. I'm not trying to be rude or
Please, 1 second.
disrespectful.
1 second. 1 second. Okay. I want to have conversations with people who either believe in God or are followers of Judaism. Right now, what you're doing is coming to tell us how we should run the platform or how we mustn't run the
No, no,
platform.
no, 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 no.
Yes,
I'm not. I'm not. This is your platform. I cannot tell you how to run it.
Yes, that's what you're trying to do, right? Now, in trying to wake people up, right? This is we are, some of the first people that are doing this, challenging religion, not from a religious perspective, but from a non-religious perspective. There are other people that challenge religion, the Abel Damina, Daddy Freeze, and they challenge pastors, But what they do is they put themselves as the one who is preaching the truth, while everyone else is not preaching the truth, right? We are not doing that, right? We are saying religion as a whole is all nothing but a scam, right? Now, we have opened a place where we can have these conversations. Yes, some days it is heated. Some days, we talk over each other. Some days we might, insult or whatever, right? We do all these things. For you to ask me for love, the people in question don't show me any love. They don't show me who is that, who's doing the water, who's washing. Okay, so the people in question do not show me love. I get threats. We get threats, right? So for you to come and want me to show love to people who threaten me,
I think you are missing my point, and that is what has been going on in this life since I joined. Not giving people the opportunity to express themselves. If it is going to be a free and fair conversation,
I am going to
you
give
hear me out, I hear you out.
I am going to give you 2 minutes to please express yourself.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So, like I was saying, if you want to tell me, Joe Blaze, this your ideology is wrong. This thing is the reason why this has been. There is a way you approach me and talk to me about it. I'll listen to you. But there is a way you come and just tell me that something I have known all my life is a lie. I am definitely going to attack you. And that is what is going on here. So what I feel, I am not telling you how to run your platform. No. But I think if the people you bring into the box, especially this Kata guy, can be more respectful to people and their opinions, it will be very better.
I've been warning you. Don't call my name. Don't call
you
my
are not
name.
a smart. You are not a smart person. That's why you think that you can just use words.
Don't call my name.
Yeah.
Shut up and say what you want to say. Don't call my name. Are you stupid? Rubbish.
Now, wow. These people,
I've been warning him severally. Say what you want to say. Don't call my name.
They will come and say, "Oh,
coming here to police you on how to run your own space."
Don't policing people.
I feel you give them too much. You give them too much leeway to do all this rubbish.
No, I try. No. Katya, you see, everybody's style conversation is different, right? the way I would operate it might be different, right? And this is where we have to, just appreciate that we're different, and we, might look at things from a different perspective. But never mind. He has said what he has said, and yeah, let's carry on. Right. We've got Soma. Soma has been very quiet.
Can I say something, please? So,
Say something.
there is this in this guy said now. He said if you can be giving people at least 2 minutes or 2 seconds, to talk, I think it would be good.
All right,
Just 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
At least, so that somebody can make up his mind,
Yeah,
fast.
I've got a question for you, Michael.
Hey, oh God, oh, hey, my God. Okay now.
Simple question, not a hard question. Why is it that you go from platform to platform getting prayers from all manner of prophets and all of that? Is it that the first prayer you had at last week at some other prophet's page, is it that prayer didn't work?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that why
I've,
you go
I've,
from
I've
page to
answered this.
page?
I have answered this question to Kata.
I didn't hear.
Yeah, I told him that me personally, I love the word of God, and I like listening anywhere they are preaching it. I like going there to listen because I want to learn more. So that I will know that if they are lying or if they're saying the truth, I always compare what you always say here to what they are saying, So that's why you see me in most platform listening, because I want to get the fact, the real truth, So that is just like that.
All right.
Nobody, Michael,
Yeah.
nobody can preach the word of God. Nobody. Anything you think you're listening to that sounds like the word of God is not the word of God, right? Because this God has not told them to say anything. It is their own words. It is words that they are trying to put out there. They're trying to put across. No God sends anybody to speak on its behalf. None. Nobody. There's no God telling these people what to say. So it's not any word of God.
Okay. I will still get to one of them, and I'll convey this message. Then they can debate it there, and let me know what they will say. If God really speak to them, but I know that God speaks to them. This is what I know.
How do you know God speaks to them?
Yeah, because most of the things which they preach, I think it's these things of the world that we know.
How do you know God speaks to them? And if God speaks to them, Michael, can you not see yourself? Can you not hear yourself? Why can't that God speak to you yourself? Why would you go up and
I'm not too righteous, man.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Why can't you go? You say you are not too righteous.
Please finish.
What makes you think that pastor you are going to meet is any more righteous than yourself? This is the nonsense. Because somebody calls themselves pastor, you just automatically assume that they are, more precious or more righteous than yourself. Huh? You don't know whether that pastor, before he came on the live stream, had just finished doking one of his church members. You don't know whether he has just finished doking somebody or doing one act or the other. But yet, you think that there's something wrong with you. This is why God. This is terrible. You go and look for man of God up and down the place. You're a grown man, Michael, a grown man.
I have just given you the reason, I've just given you the reason. I don't know what more.
Ask God to speak to you himself, Michael.
Yes, God, of course. Now who? Of course, God also speak to me. Why not?
Then why are you looking for?
Good morning.
Why are you looking for His word in other people's mouths?
Because I want to learn more. Like we are here now, we are learning. If you finally convince me that, then I will join. If there, so that's it. Just that. Why do I come here is to get convinced, but
Good
I'm not
morning.
getting
Can I
convinced.
come
Good
in?
morning. Good morning, dear.
I've been following the yeah, I've been following the conversation for some time now. That is why I've been quiet because I want to study how the conversation is going on. I think some people have come in and they've gone, and I think Madam Afro has made us understood that she's not saying there is no God, and she has never made that claim. But I think you said your problem is there is no man of God, and they are not receiving God's ways. I might be coming from a different perspective because I'm a Muslim,
Okay.
and what really I might say yes to you, yeah, because we believe that just like scriptures has spoken that after some prophets, God will not speak to anybody on earth again. Revelation has been sealed. So any man, any human being that comes to you and tells you that, apart from the scriptures that has been written already, tells you that God is speaking to him, is a liar. Any human being that would come to you, no matter who the person is, this our generation,
Right.
this our generation, no matter who the person is, anybody. I'm a Muslim and we don't believe in that. Any malam or any pastor that would come to you and tell you that God is still speaking to him is a liar.
Brother, you are lying. My man, take off this
I'm telling
Michael,
you,
please hold on.
my brother, please,
Dia,
please,
yeah.
yes.
Thank you for that, for what you just said, and I also believe that anyone who claims to be a prophet, whether they existed 5,000 years ago or they exist now, we are all liars.
Okay, we don't believe that because
I believe that.
okay, I don't believe that.
Yeah, but okay,
That is
that's
what
fine.
makes us different.
You have to
That's
speak
fine.
based on your own
That's
That's
religion.
good.
Michael. Okay, you don't believe that. That's fine. So now, how do you know that your prophet was speaking directly from Allah?
Yeah, because so many scientific proofs, the Quran has spoken and given signs that really scientists have come to approve it, and
Like
science have come to testify to it.
science has come to testify to
Something,
Quran.
yeah, we have
Science,
scientific facts.
science has come to
We have
testify to Quran.
yes, we have scientific
All right,
facts
go on and tell me
that
one. Tell
has
me one scientific
come
fact.
to, you see,
Tell me one scientific fact from the Quran.
the Quran has spoken about revolution. Let me say, revolution of, let me say, the creation of human being,
Evolution.
and spoke about how human being is developed in the womb 1,400 years ago, where there was no sun.
Can you give us the chapter and the verse so we can verify the claim you're making from the Quran?
Okay.
Yeah, please. Guys, you guys hearing this? That the Quran has verified the theory of evolution. This is interesting.
Yeah, so I'm just connecting my laptop. Give me a minute.
Evolution in the Quran.
The Quran has spoken about so many
Oh,
things.
really?
And maybe I would like to say most of, if possible, some of them here, if time will permit.
So basically, this is a book that is given to somebody. So this book has different life experiences written inside of it,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
the Quran will mention things that are going on in our everyday existence. So, what is
Yeah.
special about that? What is special about the Quran has theory of evolution or anything? What is special about that? Doesn't prove anything.
Yes. It proves something because it's just like someone who cannot read and write. Okay,
Yeah.
someone who doesn't, yes,
And
who cannot read and write comes to tell you scientific facts about 1,400 something years ago, which scientists have to use sophisticated or modern science equipment to be able to prove that.
how do you
The
know your
person
prophet?
just,
How do you know your prophet could not read or write?
yeah, we know.
How?
How? We know, we were taught,
How
we've
now?
learned, and history have spoken that,
How?
and
How did
so
you
many people
know?
have testified it.
How did they know that he couldn't read and write?
How did they know? His time is then, let me say, town people and people around him, because he has never been to school and he has never read. He has never done. People have testified to that.
I completely disagree
If you
because
disagree, then you have to also prove to me.
yeah, I'll
If
tell
you
you. I'm
have a
about to
proof
do
to me
that.
that he
I'm
can
about
read
to
and
do
write,
that. I'm about to do that.
okay,
I'm about to do
okay.
that.
So you give me
Hold on.
that.
Okay. So when the angel came to your prophet,
Hmm.
what did he say to him?
He said, read.
Say that
That was the
again.
first thing he
He
asked
said.
him.
He said
He
what?
said, read,
There you
read.
go. Why would the angel be telling somebody who cannot read and write to read? What is he trying to read?
Yeah,
So
yeah. That is
the
what.
angel,
That
the
is how.
angel, the
That
angel
is.
telling him to read. That's because he could read.
No, he couldn't read. Then he said, I can't read.
Then why would the angel be
He
telling him to
replied,
read? Why would the angel be telling
yes.
him to read?
These are signs of
Why? Tell us
revelation. These
what?
are signs
Why?
of.
Why did the angel tell him to read?
I can't
So
tell you why the angel tell him to read, because I'm not in the mind, and I'm not the one who sent the angel. God
you
has
believe?
sent
Can you hear me,
the
Daiwa?
angel.
You believe
You're
I'm illiterate?
echoing, Carter. You're echoing.
Okay, okay. Am I still echoing?
Yes,
Let me fix this.
sound like you're in the bathroom. Senior Pataki said science has verified that your shit is real and hot.
Yeah, it's really true. You can do that. No one could do that 1,400. If even the person could read and write, that knowledge was not there 1,400 years ago.
That knowledge was
You
already
couldn't.
there. That knowledge was already
It
there.
wasn't there. What can
Give
you
us,
prove to me?
okay,
Can you prove to me?
give
No,
us,
you
give
can
us,
prove. You said
give
it's
us,
there. I'm
give
giving you. You are
us.
telling it's not there. So
All
you
right,
can
please
give to me.
give us.
You can give to me.
Hey, excuse me. Give us one scientific fact from the Quran.
That is why I'm telling you. You said I was trying to
Can
give you
you
the
just
best
give
for
us
you to go
one?
in.
Just give us one,
What is
please.
the development of the fetus inside the womb?
Give us a chapter and verse.
How. Okay. Now, if you want that, we can go. But if I was
Chapter
trying
and
to give
verse,
you, then
please.
said you
Chapter and
you
verse.
don't
Chapter and
believe it.
verse. Chapter and verse, please.
So
Chapter and verse.
go to Quran chapter 23, verse 12 to 14.
Quran 23, 12 to 14. Okay, so it says, and certainly did we create man from an extract of clay. Then we placed him as a sperm drop in a firm lodging. We placed him as a sperm drop in a firm lodging in the womb. Then we made the sperm drop into a clinging clot, and we made the clot into a lump of flesh, and we made from the lump bones, and we covered the bones with flesh. Then we developed him into another creation. So blessed is Allah, the best of creators. Let me see. And certainly we created man from an extract of clay. Then we placed, okay, so wait, let me understand. They first made man as from the extract of clay, right? So listen, guys.
Yeah,
So it says,
that
and
was
certainly
Adam.
did we create man from an extract of clay. Then we placed him as a sperm drop in the firm lodging in the woman. So which one is it?
Yeah.
Did he make man from clay?
Yeah,
Or did he place him as a sperm drop?
This is a two scenario.
Someone is there. Hey, come on now.
This is talking and giving reference with two examples. One, creating man or creating human being. That is the first human being God created, which we believe. That is Adam, which we are all descendants from. He wasn't having mother, he wasn't having father. We were taught, and we were taught how God created Adam, and we are all from the earth.
How did he?
And God speaks in the Quran that
How did he create Adam? Sorry.
Yeah, he molded Adam. I can give it in a Quran perspective. How God sent the angels to pick different clay from all corners of the world, and it was used to create Adam, and God breathed into him.
So are you saying?
Okay.
Are you saying that the angels? Hold on, no. Are you saying that the angels came down to the earth, picked up clay, and then rushed back to heaven and gave the clay to Allah?
Yeah. God.
So they don't
exactly.
They don't have clay in Jannah.
I cannot answer. I'm telling you what I know.
I'm trying to understand.
I can't answer.
I'm trying to understand the logic. Where did God create man? Did he create man here on the earth or in Jannah?
I'm telling you what I know.
Can you tell us?
That is what I know.
Did Allah create
That is what
man?
I know.
Did Allah create man here on the earth or up in heaven?
Up in the heavens.
He created man in the heavens.
Yeah.
But first he sent his boys to come down and get some clay, then run back with the clay, and then now created the humans up in the sky. So when did he send humans back down to earth?
If we can we can take this conversation and the whole day we can be here. If you want to go it that way. I was heading somewhere. You brought something. You are opening different topics to what we are already discussing. If you want to go that way, I don't have any problem. You understand?
We're trying to.
You understand? The reason was we're trying to prove that good. So this is not part of the proof. Why God. It is not part of it. It is the proof that I'm showing where it is written in the Quran that God said that, and I have showed that.
No, you
haven't.
Given him
you
said that there was evolution, right? Evolution.
That is why you asked.
Quran,
the
right?
Quran speaks with two.
I said you should provide. Uncle, please provide the evidence. I said for the evolution in or scientific fact. Now you bring us a verse that talks about man being made from clay, right? Now we need to know if man is being made from the extract of clay. I wanted to know how. How did it happen? How did Allah do that? Right?
Yeah,
before we can believe such claims, let's see whether the thing makes any sense.
You see, I know.
Don't talk, please. Don't talk over me. Please don't talk over me. I'm still speaking. We're trying to figure out whether this thing makes sense. This is why I'm asking those questions, right? So Allah comes and Allah is up there. He sends the boys, go and get us some clay. They get the clay. They run back, give Allah. Allah starts molding. Come on now. Come on.
Is my audio better?
Are you done? Are you done?
Yes, I'm done. And also, I would like to move on.
So can I?
We got.
Can I come
We
here?
got Prophet.
No, hold on, Devil. Because if the people are made from clay, how does clay enter the uterus? How does
That is why I need to complete my statements. Let me complete whatever
your
I'm
statement doesn't
delivering.
make sense?
So if
Your book does not
so, you
make
see,
sense.
so you are asking me a question. You are asking me a question that you would have gotten the answer when I finish delivering,
All right,
giving
go
you
on,
what
go
I am
on.
giving
give
you.
you. I
So
give
you
you
don't
two,
you
two
don't block
minutes.
me on
2
the way that
minutes.
you start
2
asking me
minutes,
some things,
Uncle. 2 minutes
on
to
this.
finish.
Doesn't make sense.
Uncle, 2 minutes to finish. Come on. You have 2 minutes.
The Quran spoke what you read. I was reading, explaining things for you. The Quran speak with two reference there. Creating man from the clay, which is our great grandfather Adam.
No, it's
And
not
then after that,
he's not our great grandfather. Maybe for
no
the
problem.
maybe for the Muslims, yes. But he's
No
not our
problem.
own
If you
great
believe it, you don't.
grandfather.
If you believe it, you don't believe it. I don't have problem.
He's not our
Creating
great
Adam,
grandfather, sorry.
creating Adam. I know we are not even from the sperm. I know we are not from sperm. We are just from somewhere. So
Where are you
So
from?
your
creating
parents did not.
Adam.
Oh my God.
You are not from
No.
sperm.
I am making reference. Let me land. Please.
So
I'm
they
saying
they
with
they smirched your
something.
parents
Please let me
hard.
land.
Wait, so
You see, this is
D1,
the
they
problem.
smirched.
All right,
This
sorry,
is the
I said
problem
2
here.
minutes.
She
I
has
said
given
2
me 2
minutes.
minutes.
I'm
She has given
sorry.
me 2 minutes, and I'm talking, and you people are
Go
talking.
on,
That
go
means you
on, go
don't
on,
even
go on.
want
2 minutes, go
input. You
on,
just
go
want to be
on, go
talking.
on, go
Hey,
on.
this
All
guy
right,
So you
can
won't get
fly,
anything
oh.
from it.
go
This
on,
guy,
go on,
yeah.
go on. 2 minutes, please, uninterrupted. Nobody interrupts. Go on.
That's all. So I was making my this thing that God created, make reference that is 2 references, creating Adam from clay, and then after Adam, God has created human beings continuously from a male and a female, and that is where the sperms come in, and the clot of blood continues, which scientists have proven that how human being is formed in the womb. You understand? That is what I am trying to make reference to. And Madame came inside and was saying other things, which I also said that she says she doesn't believe Adam is the grandfather or whatever. I said, okay, that is true. The Quran also spoke about the sperm and the clot of blood. Can she also say that she's not from the sperm and the clot of blood? That's what I'm trying to say. So if I don't land, don't just come in and then start saying something. You understand? I make with reference and I speak with proofs. I don't just speak because I'm speaking. You understand? So these are the references the Quran gave. Creating Adam from dust. And after Adam, he used Adam's ribs to create the counterpart. And from there, procreation continues with the sperm and the egg. We all know, and we have all been to school.
Where are you getting this information from? That he
This information,
he used a rib to create the counterparts.
that is Islamic as perspective, which is not part of what I'm explaining. I'm just adding it to
Where
it.
is it in the Quran?
He's adding words to the Quran.
Where is it in the Quran?
You can't
We
just
move
say
to that
something without
different
proof.
chapter.
Show
I'm
us where
not
it's
saying
written in the
I'm saying
Quran.
something without. So if I show it, what will you learn from it?
Can you
We move
just
to
show
that
us?
Just show it first. Show it first.
Okay, be online.
Hello.
I mean, Afro, this is the
Good
same.
morning.
This
Can
is
I
the same
come in?
Quran. This is the
No,
same
wait,
Quran
one
that said
second,
that.
Prophet. 1 second.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Afro, can you hear me?
Awele. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I said, I mean, this is the same Quran that said that Muhammad went to the moon on a donkey and he went and split the moon into 2. You know, the moon that is bigger than Earth. but Muhammad traveled to the moon. And so
The
yeah,
Quran did not say that.
he
The
said it,
Quran did not
Oga.
say
He
that.
said it.
The
Muhammad
Quran did
went to
not
the
say.
moon. Your Quran
You see,
said it. Your Quran said
Kata.
that your
That
Muhammad
is
went to the
what.
moon and split the moon into two with his two hands.
No, I
Why
don't
you
think.
why you saying something else?
I don't think it's the Quran that said. Maybe it might be the Hadith.
Whatever is still embedded in that their religion.
We say
You might.
2 minutes, everybody, 2 minutes. So, oh no.
Michael, I've got a question for you.
No.
Okay, just 2 minutes.
Every time you
Let's
talk, I'm going to ask you a question.
just one. So just 1 second. Let's see. I will. I think I will. I will. Are you there?
Yeah, of course, I'm waiting for your question.
No, hold on, Michael. Please. Hold on. I will. Is Soma there at all? Soma, are you there, Soma?
Afro, this prophet guy is one of the platforms that Michael went to today. I saw him today.
Man, leave me now. Let her ask me a question. This man, please.
Is this man not your prophet? No, be your
I
prophet.
take God beg you now.
Am I covered up prophet? Is that not your prophet?
One
I saw you on this platform today. I saw you there. This
One
prophet
zonum na
beside you.
zonum na mak moye already had zonum na dia.
Afro, he's begging me to hide you, so I should not expose him. That's what Michael said now. He's begging me not to expose him.
Let's speak to the prophet. Hello, prophet.
Hello, good morning, house.
Hello, prophet.
Yeah, good morning, man.
Good morning, sir. How are you? I love prophets.
I love you too. I'm fine. How are you doing?
Please, can you predict lottery numbers?
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, but you, as a prophet now.
No, I don't do that.
Okay. So what sort of things do you do as a prophet?
A very good questions. By the grace of God, I'm able to tell people, although people call it prediction, prophesy about the future. Yes.
So, okay, you're able to tell about the future?
Yeah.
So things like what could you likely what sort of things would you predict?
As the spirit leaks.
Okay.
I came with 2 questions. Can I ask?
Yeah, okay, go on.
Please.
I saw what people wrote here. All men of God are fake.
Yes.
All right. The question is this. I think that whatsoever that has fake has original. Have you seen fake without original?
That's not the context I'm using this this fake you are seeing here. I am not using that context where you say, oh, if there's a fake, then there must be original. No. What I'm saying is, when I use the word fake, I mean they are not genuine.
That means you must remove this caption here because anything that has fake has original.
No. Listen to her again.
No, it is not.
Okay.
I'm using now when you okay, hold on, let me do this. The definition of the word fake, right? When you go and look at the word fake and head of the report, fake meaning.
Hi, everyone.
When we say something is fake, right? Number one, it is not genuine. Number two, it could be an imitation, or it could be a counterfeit. Right? A thing that is not genuine. It could be a forgery or a sham. So the context I'm using the word fake is someone who is not genuine and someone who is a sham. So that does not imply that there is an original. No.
Okay. Thank you very much. The second question is this. Are you people in any way insinuating that there is no God? I want to get that fact, then I will make my point without no insults, respectfully, and all the rest, because I love what you guys are doing. I've
No,
been listening to you people.
we're not saying there is no God. We're saying that we have no evidence for God.
No evidence for God. Okay. Because you cannot see him. I think that's why you said there's no. Can you give me some points, man?
Hey,
Please.
we can't see him now. We can't touch him. We can't feel
Afro.
him. We can't hear him. We can't. We don't know where he lives. We don't know anything at all about the God. Hello, Lilliput.
Yeah, let me put it this way. Prophet, if somebody is claiming that there is a red elephant in the sky, it is not on somebody else to say, I don't think there's a red elephant because I can't see a shadow of a red. No, no, no. It's up to the person that is claiming that there's a red elephant in the sky to say what is the proof of the red elephant in the sky. So if you're saying there is a God, the burden of proof is on you people, the believers. It's not on people that say there's no proof. It is on you to show us why there's a God. Is that clear?
He's very clear, man. But you people are strongly believed on what you believed. And I want people to understand that belief is something that you're not sure of. When somebody says, I
No,
believe.
Uncle, please. Nobody,
Okay, let me use myself. What I believe. Okay.
wait, please. Nobody has told
No,
you.
hold on.
Nobody has told you that we believe there is no God. Nobody has said that. Nobody has said to you that we believe there is no God. Nobody said that. So
Okay. You said there is no evidence.
there is no evidence.
Okay, let me give you evidence.
All right, please.
All right. But before I'll give you
Can we
evidence.
tap on the screens, everyone? Let's get to 30
Hello.
likes, please. All right, evidence.
You people want evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Before I'll give you evidence, people will shout hallelujah.
You can go to sleep if you want, honestly.
Now listen. See, if I ask you, okay, see, let me just use myself. I want to construct my works very well so that I won't
Remember that
make
you're
any mistake.
bringing evidence, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to
Go
say
on.
something. I want to lay a foundation before I bring my evidence. You know, when someone say, make proof of God, maybe show us evidence there is God and not the rest. Because I don't see God, I don't feel God, there is no God. That's what that person is saying, indirectly or directly. Now, I am saying, to me, there is God. Because if we believe that there is what we call air that we breathe, I don't think anyone here sees air. We only feel air. We breathe it, we feel it. Some of us don't see God, but we feel him, we feel his presence.
No, that is not
No,
correct.
Vessel.
Wait, can
Let's
I
wait.
land?
Let him
Vessel,
tell us
let's
how.
wait.
Let him tell us how
Yeah.
he feels God. How do you feel God?
Good, let me land. You know,
How do you feel God?
thank you very much. Thank you very much for that honest question. What people are gonna do for me is this. If you
We're
give me
not
2
doing
minutes,
anything.
allow me to use that
You
2
have 1
minutes.
minute. You have 1 minute.
Okay, 1
Tell us, how
minute.
do you feel God?
Okay. How do I feel God?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I can feel God in my heart. I feel God in my heart. Let me not say I can.
Wait, hold on. Lilliput, hold on. No. If you are
Who
feeling
is
God,
laughing like that?
if you're feeling God, I hope you don't have high blood pressure, uncle.
I don't.
Because if you can feel God in your heart, that's dangerous, my God. That's dangerous because you don't want anything troubling your heart.
No. Nothing is troubling my. I feel God in my heart. He speaks to me
You're feeling
in my
God
heart.
inside your heart. You're asking for some heart problems.
No.
So how do you feel God in your heart? How?
Good. Let me say this.
Do you know the components of the heart? Do you know what your heart what the parts of your heart? In your heart, you've got the aorta, you've got the valves, you've got the ventricles, left, right, oxygenated blood going out and deoxygenated going in. Anyway, there's that cycle that runs. So where is your God inside your heart?
All right. Let me answer now. What you just explained now is biologically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Please, can you stop that laugh?
Vessel, please stop laughing. Vessel, please.
No,
Vessel.
that's not
Excuse
Vessel.
Michael,
me,
That's
Michael.
Michael,
not Vessel. That's not
Michael,
Michael.
don't
Vessel.
buy
Ah,
trouble.
ah, 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 ah. Michael, behave yourself.
That laugh. Listen to
You
me,
hear me
eh?
laughing? No,
Vessel,
hold on,
bring your
Prophet.
Vessel, bring
Michael,
your
did you hear me
quiet.
laughing?
Vessel, take quiet. You're going to find trouble.
I'm here quiet, minding my
Don't
business.
mind
Michael,
him.
stop.
I'm sorry, please. I think it's
I
you.
will send you to bed. Do you want to go to bed? I think you're tired.
All right, go on, sir.
Prophet, go on.
Lily,
Please get to the point.
Lilliput, please, don't, no laughing.
Afro,
No,
it's not
Lilliput, no
me
laughing
now.
now.
It's not me. Did you feel the laughter?
All right, let's continue.
Even though
Go on.
even though I cannot see you laughing, I felt it. So there
Please
is
go
laugh.
ahead.
Go
There
on,
is
Try and
laugh.
Prophet.
There
get to
is
the
laugh.
point. I have questions for you too.
Go
You've
on,
asked us your
Don't worry.
questions.
All right, go on,
You
Afro,
Prophet.
now you they bring a problem. Me, I make you know they laugh, I beg.
Jesus Christ.
All right, go on, Prophet. We're listening.
oh Jesus. All right. Now I know that most people that believe in the scientists don't believe in the things of the spirit, which I'm not here to prove any point on that. But I'm saying this because I'm here for two things. Is either you people convince me tonight that this is this and that. I will join you people. JJ, I will drop the Bible.
Please,
Where
Uncle,
to?
no. This is not fair. We were talking about
No,
something. You were talking
it's
about you're feeling God in your heart. That's what you're
yes.
saying.
If I not prove it to
Nobody
you
is
people,
saying,
you
nobody,
people
listen,
give your life to Christ.
Uncle, please. My live
Okay.
stream does not say trying to convince prophets or trying to get prophet to change. That's not what this is about.
Okay.
Right? We're asking questions. So you're right in the middle of answering the question. How do you feel God in your heart?
All right. Let me answer it straight. Now, I feel God speaks to me in my heart. Spiritually speaking, what you just explained is biologically what is the component that makes up the heart. Now, just hear me out. We don't hear God with this our physical ear or with our physical eye or whatsoever. But because we don't see him, or some of us here are not seeing him, doesn't mean that there is no being somewhere that exists. He exists. He speaks to some people. He speaks to everyone if we choose to listen in our heart. There's this still small voice that tells us. Some of us, we may see it as our mind speaking to us or whatever. But that voice there, to us, to me, I call it God speaking to me. If there is any other thing people will call it, there is no problem. Okay? So these are some of the evidences I have in which, or the reason why I said there is God.
Okay, so let me understand this. What you're telling us is this God, he created humans, he created the universe, he created planets, he created the world, right? He created all these things. And now that God has been reduced to spiritually a small tiny voice right inside your heart. So this God has compressed himself, right? This big gigantic thing has now compressed himself so little that he's now found his way into your heart, and now he's whispering sweet nothings to you through your heart. Is this what you're saying to us? This is what we would call how the mighty are fallen.
No. With all due respect, it's just like there is an MTN office, but there is a SIM card in your phone, a small SIM card in your phone. I will arrest this lily pop.
Leave Lily Pond alone.
No, don't worry.
Prophet, if your God is so powerful, if he exists, let him stop Lilliput from laughing.
That is where
If he
This
cannot
is
stop
very more
you God from
interesting.
laughing, then your God is not real.
Exactly.
No, nah, that one is wrong,
Michael,
though.
Michael,
No, there.
Michael,
No, that's
No,
not.
honestly,
don't,
tonight, you
Mr.
better be
Michael,
grateful somebody else is on here because if I turn my attention to you, Michael, tonight,
Mr. Michael,
I'm in
I
the
go, I go
mood.
don't
just
worry.
run, I go sleep.
Guys,
Let me.
guys, listen. It's nearly 2:30 a.m. You know, Michael is the 2:30 a.m. man. Mhm.
Okay, sorry for wasting your time. Now look at this. Look at it from this angle. I know that you may think my God is not real or what. Hmm?
Mm,
According to science,
mhm,
they says that I don't know how they put it, but nothing object cannot move itself except it is acted upon. A force must move that thing or whatsoever. The
mhm,
building you are living now, somebody planned it and somebody built it.
mhm,
Now, what made you think? This is a question. Oh, what made you think that this earth started existing on its own? Human beings started multiplying on its own. What made you think? Don't you think that this thing has a foundation, have where it started? If you don't think this way, tell me why you think the way you think. I want to reason the way. I'm open.
Okay, so whether it started on its own or whether it started from a foundation, what has that got to do with a God?
What it has to do with the God is this. In this bus now, we have a host. The host started this program. So the person that started the program, we can choose to call her the host or God. So if somebody started it, that person or the spirit or whatsoever that started this earth, we refer him as God.
Okay, so if you refer him as God, the Muslims can refer to it as Allah. The people that
Which is also God.
the people that believe in Zeus, we call it Zeus. The people that believe in Osiris, we call it Osiris. The people that believe in Poseidon, we call it Poseidon. Right? The people that believe in Nkulu Kulu, they will call it Nkulu Kulu. The people that believe in Ubangiji, they will call it Ubangiji. So which one exactly is the one who is the so-called God?
The same way we can call this, we can call you the host of this program, a host, and others can still call you a convener. Somebody that, so you have different name but the same meaning.
No, but it's me. It's me here.
Yeah,
You can prove that this is me, right?
we can call you different name, but it's still you,
I
the
can
same
turn my
meaning.
camera on right now. Look, hold on. I'm doing my hair. I can turn my camera on, right? And I'll show you proof that this is me right here. Like a man, I'm doing this,
How many
right?
names do you have, man?
This is me.
How many names do you have?
Hold on. This is me. I'm
Yeah.
the one here, right?
Don't you
You
have a
are going
native
to,
name?
if you are going to call, if you are going to call God, hmm, can we see the God? Can we know exactly which one is it that is the author of all things or whatever? I don't know what you're trying to say.
Okay. I got your question. When there was no phone, when there was no camera, does it mean that you don't exist somewhere? Without this phone, wouldn't I? How would I have seen you? People will make me to speak wrong English here. It won't be possible without this technology. It won't be possible to see you now. Because I saw you doesn't mean that you have not been existing before now. When God reveals Himself to you, you will know that He is.
Okay,
He is
Prophet.
there.
Okay, Prophet. Let's go with your narrative of you made a statement. You said someone you quoted a scientific law, which is you saying there has to be a force, before any object is in motion, right? Now
Yeah.
let's go with that narrative. You said God is the one behind creation and everything. Now my question for you is, who then created God? Because according to you, there has to be a force behind creation of God. So who created God? How did God, come into existence?
A very good question.
Be careful before you answer it, or take your time.
A very good question.
Hello, Dr. Pakus.
Hey Afro, how's it going?
We're still trying to find the God that has gone
You
missing.
you're asking me question and you are doing hi, hello. People don't want me to answer you people.
Please go ahead.
My guy, every time my people come up, I have to say hello to them now. I'm trying, so I'm not disrespectful, you know.
Bro,
Say
don't mind
hello.
him. He has a life
But
too,
I
and
came up here, didn't say, he
hosts.
didn't tell me hello.
Afro,
I've
he
never
hosts
met
his
you
own
before. This
life,
is my
and he
first time
does
of
this too.
meeting you.
Don't mind him.
This is the first time I'm meeting you. So hello
Okay.
to you too.
Okay, hi, you're welcome. How are
Hi.
you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good now.
Prophet.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me answer him. Doctor, if God was the one behind all these things, who created God? Okay. There is something we call mystery. You people shall allow me to land. Lily.
Lilliput.
Oh.
Lilliput.
But in fact,
Wait,
we
wait.
need to see your mouth to report through.
Wait, no. Listen, I'm so sorry, but he did tell you to take your time to think about the answer, and you're already starting
I'm
poorly. So please take your time, take a
no
deep
no no
breath
no
if you
no no
need
no.
to,
You
and
people
think
only
of the
gave me
answer.
1
Because
minute.
that was
Don't
a
worry.
bad start. I'm helping you now. That was a bad start. Try again.
Don't help me. You don't know where I'm landing.
Try again. No, see, your beginning has already landed you in the gutter. Try again.
It's not true.
Lilliput.
It's not true. Let me answer now. Oh, these my people. There is what we call a mystery. And what is a mystery? Is something that you don't know. And because you don't know, it doesn't mean another person doesn't know it. Something can be a mystery to you and is not a mystery to another person.
You know.
Now, this is it. I may not know who created God.
You may not know the boss.
Another person here now,
You may not know
like
the driver.
the Afro atheists, may know the person that created God. That is why you don't believe there is God. All I know, there's a difference between knowing and believing. I know that the person behind, whether it's spirit or whatsoever, behind creation is who I refer as God. In Igbo language, we call it Chukwu Okike Abiyama, Chukwu Okike. We call it Chukwu Okike, the person behind it. So, if there is, that is what some of you always ask. If God begins this creation, somebody must be. So, if we keep doing it like that, that means, it will still end like a rotation. So God is just like a this tennis that has a point. If you still rotate it back, it will still get to that same point. So I don't have an answer to this, but my answer to it right now is that God begins the creation. Simple.
You don't have an answer, but your answer is
Take it, madam. My answer is that God begins. It's just like a tennis that is round.
wait, hold on.
If you still move around,
Are
it
you
it
an
will still
ordained
meet God.
uncle, are you an ordained prophet?
I am an ordained prophet.
Who ordained you?
Someone ordained me.
Who now?
Prophet Chris.
Prophet, what
Pastor,
how
Pastor,
did Prophet Chris determine that you are a prophet? How do they normally tell that one is a prophet or not?
Sometimes it's not them that determine. You'll be the one to see some signs within you, and
And you go and
then
tell them, say, see, I don't see this sign, or say I'll be prophet, or yeah, come and anoint me as a prophet, or what?
something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But as a prophet, you should at least know like some basics when it comes to the religion, no?
Yeah. If I start going with scriptures, people will still not believe it.
Have you been to seminary school or
Yes.
theology school?
Yes.
Which one? Which one did you go to?
Emmaus Bible School.
Which one?
Emmaus Bible School.
Emmaus Bible School. Where is it?
It's owned by a white man.
Where is it?
hey,
It's owned by a white man.
emphasis on white man.
If I speak,
It's
vessel, it will be
it,
like it's just
I
me.
know now, Lillipods. Hey.
Just don't speak, please.
Michael,
you can ask me any question in the Bible. I'll answer
Michael,
you.
I dare you speak now.
You're gonna go to bed, Michael.
No, no, no.
Can
Vessel,
I show you a
let me
scripture?
try and speak.
Can I show
Go
you a
on,
scripture?
Prophet.
Picture of the.
No, can I show you a scripture?
Oh,
One Bible verse that will explain all these things that is happening here now.
Wait, sorry. I thought, Afro, I thought he was just telling you about the Bible, the seminary school he went to.
mm.
How
Yes, I
did we
told
get
you.
the scripture?
You asked me if I went to any seminary. I said yes. Emmaus Bible School.
And was
But
it
it's
there?
owned by a white man.
Was it there that they ordained you as a prophet?
No, it wasn't there.
So somebody else, after you left the white,
I've even been
white
ordained
man.
as a prophet before I went to the Bible school, ma.
Okay, so you're already a prophet before you went to the Bible school.
Yes, ma.
Okay, so let me understand this. Why does God need prophets in Nigeria? Nigerians are praying to this God every single day.
Yeah.
Why can't God speak to them directly? Why does God need prophets in Nigeria? Nigeria is the second most prayerful country. Nigerians, they can pray themselves to unalivement. They can pray every day. Because the people are praying directly to God, there should not be any prophets at all. So why does God need prophets when there are people who are praying to him? Make it make sense.
Should I answer you from scripture standpoint?
I don't know. Just answer it. Answer the question.
The,
Why does
the,
God
the,
need
the,
prophets?
our Bible
People
said
that are
that
already praying.
our Bible said that God can do nothing on earth except there is a prophet.
Really?
Yes.
God cannot do anything on earth except there are prophets.
Yes.
Then your God is not omniscient then. Omniscient, omnipresent. No, he's not. Is that omnipresent or omniscient? Which one is that one? So that means that your
I think it's
God has.
omniscient. Omniscient.
That means that your God has limitations.
Yeah,
Your
that
God
means
is
he has
limited.
limitations.
Yeah, that means your God is limited.
Yeah, omniscient, knowing everything. According to the dictionary, that's what omniscient means.
Okay,
I think it's omnipotent. Omnipotent. Wait. Omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent.
omnipotent is which one?
I
I think
thought
it's
you guys knows everything, man.
Omnipotent is having unlimited power.
There
yes,
we
that's
go. There
omnipotent.
we go.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
the word. Omnipotent.
Okay, it's
Omnipotent.
not omnipotent then.
No,
Prophet, what gave you the impression that we know it all? What gave you that impression?
Because people don't talk like people that are open to still learn anything new.
Oh no, we are very, very open to learn something new. It's just that the problem is what you guys claim. You don't bring up facts.
we want to learn about whatever you
That's
want.
that's the
Whatever
that's
we
the
have to learn has to make sense.
yeah, that's the whole idea of this platform or this forum is for people to learn, acquire knowledge, not you bring up speculations or you know, we want to learn, please. If you want to
You want
educate
to
us,
learn.
yeah, please.
That is very, very, very good. Now, I asked you people a question if you believe the Bible. You said if I want to prove
So
my point from the
okay.
Bible.
Another thing before you proceed, Prophet,
Okay.
do you know the difference between, or rather, do you know the meaning of believe? Do you know what a belief
Believe.
is? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can you define it for us if you don't mind?
To my own understanding of belief, what I understand belief is accepting something that you
Okay.
are not even sure of.
Okay.
Belief is something you are not fully
No evidence.
yes, no
Okay.
evidence. You are not
So
sure of
for
it.
us here on this
Let me
platform,
tell
we
you what the
only we
dictionary
only
says.
accept.
Let
For
me
us
tell
here,
you
we
what.
don't. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead, Leslie.
let me tell you what
Go
the
ahead.
dictionary says. Believe, to accept that something is true, especially without proof.
Okay. So, Prophet,
That is the
on
same
this
thing.
platform,
When somebody is not sure of what he's saying,
okay,
if
on
I
this,
say I believe that if I say I believe that you're a good guy, I'm only saying I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
Yeah, it's the same as
that is
saying
it.
that God
Yes.
exists when
Yes.
there's no
So,
proof that God exists.
Prophet, on this platform, we only
Yeah.
accept what there's proof for, not
Okay.
something that there's no evidence
Okay.
for. I think that will make things easy for you, before you start quoting or making claims. If you can
I
give
am
us
in the same
evidence.
platform with you people. Hmm? Can you show me evidence
Mhm.
of what you believed? I will believe. I will
We
believe
don't
what you
We are
believe.
believe.
not
That's what
believers.
we're
I
saying. We don't
explained this to
believe.
you already. I
We
explained this
don't
to you
believe.
already.
We are not
No,
believers
no,
here. We don't believe in
Lily
things.
Posh, not you. Your own
No, no,
explanation, I'm
no.
not getting it.
No.
Wait,
Listen,
let me.
Prophet. No,
Mhm.
no, no, no. Listen again. Yeah, clearly.
Hello?
Olga, 1 second. Prophet. So the thing is, if somebody is making the claim, right? You people, the prophets, the believers, the pastors, the imams, you all are the ones making a claim. You are claiming that something is here, is standing here. The rest of us, right? What atheists are people
Mhm.
saying, where is it? Where is the proof of the thing standing here? Because we don't see it. Nobody else can see it. Only two people that are standing and shouting are seeing it. Where is it? So now it's up to you, prophet, and any other person that's claiming somebody is standing there in front of us to show us either, hey, look, I've taken a picture with all of us in it. Look at the person is in the picture with us, or see, hold his hand, or something tangible, right? That is the proof. Not now pointing us to a book that another person wrote claiming, oh, the person is standing there. Do you see it? Me too, I can come up tomorrow now and make a claim. And that's what everybody has done, to be honest. That's why there's 4,000 gods around. People have their
Okay.
own definitions.
Uh,
Yes. So everybody can come up and make a claim. My own God, I will name him something else. Maybe Spider Man can be my own God. But you know that Spider Man doesn't exist. Do you see the problem?
okay, I understand you. I will say a little to my brother here will take over. Listen, I strongly believe that there are so many things that you don't see. You don't see them, but you believe them. So
No,
many
no,
things.
no, 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 Prophet. See, let me tell you what the problem is. If you notice science, for example, science will first have an observation. After they have an observation, they will have an hypothesis. After hypothesis, then they come up with a theory. After a theory, then it becomes a law. Okay?
Okay.
And they go through processes before they confirm and say, yes, this is a law. They don't just assume or say anything. And that's why when you see when new facts come out, they do further research and they dispute the previous evidences, that were brought forward. Okay. So what we want here is whatever claims that you are going to, tender to us, just show us, the evidence on how it exists. Okay, we know what you believe in. It's completely fine. It's not a crime. There's nothing wrong with it. But the thing is, you can't keep imposing it on, pushing it on people because we want you to give us evidence and proof. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. It makes
Okay.
sense. I
And
understand
then
exactly.
another thing,
Mhm.
let me allude to what Lily just said. If you're making a statement, it's called burden of proof. It is left to you to convince us that this statement you're saying is true, not you telling us to tell us what we believe in, because we don't even believe. So over to you again.
Okay. No problem. People don't believe anything, and we believe on something.
Okay.
The proof that I'm bringing here, sir. Wait, let me land. Doctor.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Doctor.
Go
How many
ahead,
times did I
sir.
call you? Two
Just
times.
one. Okay. Perhaps
You
two.
see, it. You see, something can be a fact, but it's not true. You should draw the line between truth and fact. You have your facts over everything and all the rest, but what we are here to tell you people is the truth. But no problem, I'm not imposing anything on anybody. And
Okay,
you people should.
Prophet, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
This belief of yours, and I want you to keep it real with us, be honest. This belief of yours
Yeah.
about the Bible, about Christ, about God, do you have doubts?
Yes.
Okay. Now, have you tried to, poke holes into some of the things you see in the scriptures and to try and, put logic together and ask yourself if it makes sense. Because if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? I'm assuming you are over 30 years old.
No, I'm not. I'm not up to 30 years.
Oh, okay. Well, what I was gonna say is I was assuming you come from a generation whereby, they just, they brainwashed all of us and they put religion on us, and we didn't get a chance to say no, or we didn't get a chance to ask questions because of our culture. And now you're going to be dealing with a new generation whereby they have enough resources, online to fact check everything that you're saying. And they're going to ask questions. How do you convince those people about the truth that you just said, your own truth? How are you going to answer the questions when they call you out and tell you that the story of Noah, for example, is BS? How are you going to explain to them? Are you going to say, oh, it's mysterious, we don't know, let's just accept it? How? Like your son calls you out like that, but this thing it's not hard enough. It doesn't make any sense. Or you're going to tell your son to just shut up and believe?
All right.
Before you continue, let me give a perfect example. My son, I think he was about 10 years old. No. He wasn't 10. He was about 12 or 13 when I asked him what he thought about the Noah's flood. I asked him if he believes that there was a flood that's, flooded the entire earth. And he said, no, Mom, it's not possible. He said there is not enough water to flood the entire earth. In order to flood the entire earth, you're going to need, when he started like that, I said, okay, I've got the answer I want. Because that I knew already that this young man has done some research. For him to make such a claim that there is not enough water on the earth, or there's not enough water, I don't know what he was trying to say, but where the water is talking about. But he said there's not enough water. And he was about to start giving me calculations, right? So in that particular instance, are you just going to say to the young man, we just believe that we believe there's a global flood? Me, I just believe. The guy is he's trying to prove to you why the flood could never have happened, and you would just say, just believe. My
I
son,
understand. I
my son,
understand you, ma.
my son would look at me and think I'm stupid.
I understand you, ma. Okay. Okay. These are the things that made us to, let me speak for myself, that made me to continue preaching this word of God, or believing what I believed, is some things. Now, once upon a time, I've doubted this Bible. I've come to a point that, is this thing real? Is this thing real, or not the rest? Now, I asked myself that honest question, because I don't want anybody to impose something, a religion, that I don't know where it started or not, or not the rest.
Prophet,
Yes.
before you continue,
Mm.
let me say this to you. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your honesty. When you were asked the question, when you read the Bible, do you have any doubts? You were so quick in saying, yes. I appreciate that 100%. Right? And
You're welcome.
yeah, just carry on what you're saying, but yeah, let me just acknowledge that.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. But I think my brother wants to say something. He's also a man of God. Just let me give him 1 minute to say something.
Okay.
The Eastern missionary, can you please say something to us?
Another Eastern missionary. One now prophet.
Prophet, are you running away?
One missionary.
No, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here.
All right. Can
Wow.
I say something, everybody?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
I celebrate every one of you, and I strongly believe that there is a purpose for this gathering today.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Oga, please stop that. You're not on a pulpit. Go straight to the point, please. We're not interested in any of that. Just speak normally.
I
We are
didn't actually say
above that.
something bad. I don't know if you don't want me to talk, and I can actually
Yes.
go down. I
Can
didn't
you
say
just
something bad.
answer
We
the
want you. We
question?
want you to talk. We want you to talk, but
We
just
acknowledge everybody.
yeah.
You
But
When
say
you want to
hello
talk, you
and you
greet
say
the
hello
people who
and
are
you go
there.
ahead and
And
talk.
wait, Vessel, hold on.
no, you
Just
don't
no,
talk
no, no,
like
no.
that.
The Eastern, please hold on.
I'm supposed to
Hold on,
acknowledge
What
please.
is
every.
this
Hold on,
nonsense?
sir. Hold on. Wait.
Vessel.
Sir, you must understand. You must understand that we don't believe that there is a grand ultimate purpose for this conversation. We're just here having conversations, right? So when you start saying things like that, it's not. Yeah, we just want to have conversations
Save
about
it for
the
your
point.
pulpit.
Yeah, is it possible for us to just have conversations about the points, not there's a purpose for this conversation? No, there isn't. Yeah, I'm just here making my hair and I turn my thingy on.
The Eastern missionary, if you're speaking, your mic is muted. Kindly unmute. Can't hear you.
Oh, I will speak for myself tonight.
That's it.
The Bible, the Bible contains experiences and encounters of different people, and there is no such time in history where God or anybody impose the Bible on anyone. It is a book that contains the experiences and encounters of different people. No one imposed the Bible on anyone. Let me say this also.
Hey, Debbie.
We don't see the wind. We don't see the wind, but we believe the wind exists. Why? We feel it. It is something we feel. We don't
My
see it, but we feel
goodness.
it.
Okay, you don't feel the wind.
I-
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the wind, but you feel it. Just by feeling it, you believe it exists. Just by feeling it.
Can I quickly
Just by
can
feeling
I
it.
quickly
On
say
the stories of
something?
the Bible?
Sorry, can I just quickly say this? You just said something about in the Bible there was nobody forcing the Bible. Sir, no one in the Bible had a Bible. Nobody in the Bible.
That is why I did not get the point clearly. Get the point clearly. I said no one imposed the Bible on everybody. This is more like the Bible has the experiences and the
Can you
encounters of
expand
different
on those
people. It
experiences?
was more like the encounters and the
Let's
experiences of
expand.
different
No,
people about
hold on.
God.
The
Their
Eastern. The
perspectives.
Eastern.
Their
Gosh, this
perspectives.
guy threw
I'm
my
hearing
head
you.
in. Can you expand on those experiences? Let's talk about
Vessel,
Noah. No, hold on,
also,
Lilliput. No, hold on. Let's just shut this down quickly. Can you expand on the experiences of Noah?
Okay.
Let's talk about Noah and the flood, please. That's the experience that I would like to discuss with you. Can we talk about that? Are you
So,
okay to talk about
so what
that?
happens to other experiences of
No, I want to talk
Abraham?
about.
Because
I
you
want.
can't talk about
Let's
Wait,
you
start
wait.
with
can't talk
Noah.
about one
Let's start
and
with
trash the
Noah.
rest.
Let's start
Vessel.
with Noah
No,
and
we're
the
not.
flood.
Vessel.
We are not
Vessel. Let him
trashing.
pick anyone.
We are
Vessel.
not trashing the
Vessel. Let
word.
him pick anyone. Let him pick
Okay,
anyone.
pick an experience you want to discuss.
So when you see people believe on
Oh my
something,
gosh.
it is because
Oh God,
it is
can you pick an
because
experience, please?
please. No, we are
He's not
okay.
prepared to have a conversation.
So, yeah, the point here, sir, when you ask the question, when there's a conversation going, please try as much as possible. There are other people we are trying to get to as well. When you're answering the question, try as much as possible to get to the question. Don't be dilly-dallying up and down. Also, Vessel, he lied. He said the Bible was never imposed on everyone, on anyone in history. Please, what is that lie? The ancestors in my lineage, they're pulling on me, tugging on me right now. What
Lily,
is
don't
that
even
lie?
Lily, don't say your
He didn't
ancestors.
lie.
Lily,
Lily,
let me say
why are
this.
you talking like a customer care?
Wait. Okay.
No,
Lily,
because
okay. You know what?
he's used to
Prophet,
brainwashing people
Doctor,
talking like that.
Prophet.
That is
yes,
why
wait,
Let's use
this
Dr.
is
you.
a trick.
Papas,
This is a
go
trick they
on.
teach them how to talk when they're on
Prophet,
the pulpit to try and mesmerize
hello.
people.
Prophet.
It
Let's
doesn't
use you
work
as an
there.
example. I'm assuming you were born a Christian, right?
I
Prophet.
want to have a conversation with this guy, please.
I'm here. I'm hearing you, sir.
Prophet, you were born a Christian into a Christian family,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So you started going to church as a little boy and you grew up into Christianity before you quote unquote got called, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At what point were you given a choice to choose what religion or what kind of life you want to live or lifestyle? Because he made a point now saying the Bible was never imposed on anybody. At what point were you given a choice, to pick what type of life or what type of way or what kind of belief do you want to go into?
I think when I entered school, I had the opportunity to choose to believe whatever I want to
No,
believe.
Prophet, let me tell you what happened. When you entered school,
Yeah.
you became more passionate because they told you to give your life to Christ. You were already a Christian from day one. You already taught all these things from day one. You were already brainwashed. You were never given a chance. Same thing if you were born into a Muslim family, you would have followed Islam. Okay? So the point he made about the Bible was never imposed on anybody, that is the biggest lie, like Lily said, it
Okay.
was
Sorry,
imposed.
sir.
Okay.
Let me ask you a
Okay.
direct question.
Can I?
Your
Can,
children,
Yes.
your own children now,
Yes.
are you giving them choice to choose? If one of your child comes up and say
Yeah,
they
yes,
believe
yes.
in the
Yeah,
Bible,
Prophet.
what will you
You know
do?
what I'm teaching my child?
No.
The law of the country, the law of the United States,
You
how
are
to
also
be a good
imposing
person.
something on him or her.
No, I'm not imposing them. If they take a trip to the UK, I'm going to explain to them what is different about America and the UK. If they go to Germany, I'm going to explain to them to the law of the land. Now, if they by themselves choose that they want to be a Buddhist or they want to be, whatever religion they choose, that's on them when they become 18. But I'm not imposing any lifestyle or religion on them. I'm just teaching them to be a good person, be kind and be honest.
All
That's
right.
the difference.
I've heard you. I've heard you, sir.
okay. Can I just summarize with this and let me just say what I wanted to say?
Okay.
Am I free?
Yeah, you
You
can
can
go
say what
ahead
you want to
and
say,
say what
but
you want to
All
say.
right.
remember, I've asked you a
See,
question.
when you see, my brother there was talking about the doctor I'm seeing there was talking about imposing Christianity on us as a people.
Yes.
Now, this is the point. I was born in a Christian family, no doubt,
Mm-hmm.
but I received Christ into my life after I had a personal encounter with him. So when you see people believe on something, it is because there is something they encountered. Now, if you are an atheist, there is something that made you to become an atheist. You had an encounter. So when you
No.
see people who love God, they had an encounter. So
Okay.
nobody should despise another.
The
I'm not
Eastern missionary,
despising you,
the Eastern
and
missionary. You
that's
see,
the truth.
do you know the reason why Vessel was trying to calm you down earlier? Because you're getting passionate, like you're on the pulpit. You're making it seem like we're trying to start a fight or there's something going on. Just get it, just so you know, we're trying to have a conversation. Okay, it's not a fight. Okay. Now, if you don't mind, can you tell us about that encounter that you had? Please, we want to.
The
We want to
encounter,
know
the
about that
encounter
encounter.
that convinced you,
Yes.
give Jesus Christ into your heart.
Take your time, and try and remember the encounter so that you won't miss out anything that can confuse anybody. Just tell us about the encounter, please.
So the gentleman was a Christian from when he was born,
Yes.
but when he got to a certain point in his life, he then had an encounter that drew him even closer to the God that he was already identified with. Okay.
I was not serious with God.
Okay.
That's the truth. From the beginning. Let me tell you something. It is actually a different thing to be taught a thing, and it's actually another thing to believe in it. Now, they taught me this. Let me tell you something. There is actually one thing that brutes believe, and that thing is encounters.
Can you
Encounters. I
share it
will
with
keep
us?
saying it.
Please share it with us. We want to know.
What do you mean
My
encounter?
problem here is it's not about sharing it. My major problem is that if some persons are already trying to oppose what I'm saying. They are just waiting. They don't
We are
just want
not.
to
I've
We are
listen.
asked
not
you to share
opposing.
your encounter.
We are
What's wrong
not
with you?
opposing. Just share the encounter with us. What do you even mean encounter? What do you
Uh,
mean? What do, please,
wait,
Oh,
did
he
he
ran
when
audio?
away.
people, wait, hold on. When people are talking about encounters, what
He
do
ran
they
away
mean?
because no one is buying his bullshit.
What do they mean by encounters? What?
Afro, he's
Prophet,
gone.
I
Let me
know, I
explain a
know.
little. Let me
oh,
explain a little what he meant by that encounter. Sorry,
Please.
ma.
What
Sorry,
is
sir.
encounter?
Prophet, please go ahead.
What do you mean by the encounter?
It's very simple. What is your encounter? You can't explain it. You want to
Let's say,
come here and talk as if you're trying to sell.
He got pissed. He got pissed because he's used to preaching without questions, and then you guys are asking too many questions.
Lily, you're so correct. The problem is the fact
Hello?
that most guys like that, they're
Hello?
used to just preaching and dropping germs on people without any questions, without any opposition or anything. They just keep acting like a salesman.
Purpose, because I was once in this scenery, I was a youth pastor. So
Really?
yeah, I was once a pastor. I was once a youth pastor.
Ah,
I always say it
I'm
here.
trying to picture you winning souls.
I always say it here that I was once a youth pastor, So people like him, because I went through his profile before he left. He does all this missionary stuff and charity stuff. So people like him, like when I was a pastor, we play by a script. You're not allowed to go outside your script. They give you a script. You take that script. You go into whatever. In my scenario, the youth church. I go to the youth church. Whatever I'm given that day to teach on a Sunday or weekday, depending on the day, I teach according to that script. Now, the problem is that people are not allowed to ask me questions. You understand? And that is what Christianity does. And that's why he was kind of offended when people were asking him questions outside his scope, because what he thought he was going to do here was going to climb here, preach to you people, all of you lift up your hands and accept and give your lives to Christ.
Exactly. The moment he said there's a reason why we are
And
all
say,
here having this
exactly. Yeah. And
BS.
accept him. That's what he
Is it
thought
why
he was
is
going
it
to
why
come
you
and do.
attack my brother?
But
Let me
he didn't
Nobody
know
explain what
that.
he
attacked
meant by
him.
that
It's
But
encounter.
you
No,
people
no,
like to
Prophet,
use that word. You people you like to
Prophet, let
use
me ask
that
you a
word. You
question.
know the meaning of that word.
Okay.
Yeah, Prophet, let me ask you a question. Have we not treated you fairly since you came here?
Yeah,
You
it's
people
nice.
have.
We have treated you fairly, right?
Yeah, we've
Yes,
been having a
yes.
conversation with him.
Thank you very much.
Most
Despite we
welcome.
know we don't believe, we don't share the same belief.
Yeah.
When I mean belief, you believe there is God. We don't believe. We are questioning the existence of God, if I put it that way. You understand? So
Yeah.
Someone
You
asking question is
but
not
if
attacking.
one day,
there's nothing wrong in asking questions.
I want to
No,
just ask a
nothing.
question.
No, Prophet, you've been asking questions, right?
Okay, well,
And
ask me.
you haven't really answered a lot of questions. Yes.
So
So I think we're
Lily,
getting
people like that
into,
guy, Lily, if you don't mind, people
yeah.
like that evangelist, he has not been in a scenery whereby he's asked questions. He has always been where he's the one in charge. That's how
Wait,
things
wait,
go.
Kata, Lilliput. I don't know if you guys remember. Prophet actually still hasn't answered the question I asked him earlier. What he's gonna do when his son calls him out on certain things? When Afro then, when Afro talked about our own experience with our son and the Noah story. Remember, Prophet then gave the other prophet a chance, the missionary guy that ran off. Then, passed the mic to him. So, Prophet, can you go back to that? Because you were about to answer the question then.
You don't want to leave the neck of this prophet. Oh.
I like Prophet, honestly.
You
I
like who?
think, and the reason why I like Prophet is because he's an honest guy.
You like
Yeah, I
who?
like
Una
the
leave
guy.
me.
At least he
Listen,
said that he admitted that he always had
Yeah, he's an
doubts when
honest
he used
guy.
to vibe.
And
Yeah,
and and and,
the
and,
fact
and
that he admitted it, I love that.
my thing with a lot of believers is that, like I say, it's okay if you want to stick to what you believe.
It's okay.
But
It's okay.
but when you don't know something, say you don't know. One of my biggest problem with them is that they try to come up with the most
Gaslight you.
the most
Exactly.
BS response to, like, just say you don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. but they start to rationalize
And
things
they become
in the
aggressive.
worst way.
And they
In the
become
worst way.
aggressive.
Let me say this.
Oh my
If
God.
These guys can be very aggressive
I
towards people.
finally become an atheist, I will do more than you people. See, let
I don't
me
doubt
say
that.
this. You saw my brother that just left. He's very passionate about what he believed and all the rest, and it's about telling his encounter and all the rest. There's a saying in Igbo language that said, "Ekwe ekwe mechekwete, ye ekwe kande kwerekwe," meaning when someone that doesn't easily agree, let her agree, he will have strong. I don't even know how to put it, but some of you understand where I'm going because you people are intelligent. But the fact there is this: if I have my kids and one of them comes tomorrow and asks me some questions that I don't know, meaning science or meaning this thing, I will still tell that my child, I don't know this.
Okay,
And once my child reach,
that's fair.
Hello, everybody. Please, can I contribute?
Go ahead. I'm a
Hello.
blessing.
Okay.
Go
Are
ahead.
you a
Go ahead,
believer?
please.
Thank you. I'm a Christian.
Desmond.
I'm a
Aha.
Christian. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ.
Fantastic.
God
Go
bless
ahead.
you.
And I've been listening to all the contributions, and I'm moved to say this because it's always been a concern, to me personally, because so many occasions where Christians are asked simplest questions, they find it very hard to answer. Why is that? There is this thing that people forget about Christianity. Before you can even call yourself a Christian, this is not a journey that everybody is willing to embark on. It's a personal journey. I personally am not from a Christian home. I grew up in a home where our celebration for the year is Igwe Festival. I'm from Edo State. I never knew, it's not like I didn't know there was a Jesus, but I never knew anything about it. People used to come to the house to try to preach to my father, my brothers, and everybody in the house, and we'll listen and make fun of them. And they go. We didn't believe anything. You understand? So I'm coming from that background. I was shocked along the line in my life when I was in my 40s. I had an experience. I was laying down in my room and I heard this voice. It said I should go. There's a shopping mall near my place, that I should go there. I was so afraid. And I stood up. Because of the fear, the voice kept on ringing in my ears, even after I've woken up. So I was alone in the house, so I left. I went to the shopping mall. There was this white lady who was waiting there for me. I've never seen that woman in my entire life. She had a book in her hand. I tell you, I've never had anyone give me a Bible in my entire life. All the while they were coming to preach to us, the only person that had a Bible in my house was my sister, who went to a Catholic school. She went there because it was a good boarding house and it was far away from home.
Yeah,
So
continue your encounter. Yeah, so you went
I
to the
got
shopping mall.
I went to the shopping mall and this lady was standing there. As soon as she saw me, she said hello. I said hello to her. And I said, I've been waiting here for you. I was standing. I still have that Bible till today.
Just wait.
Let her
You
finish, Kaka.
understand?
Yeah.
See, sometimes when things happen to you and you tell somebody else, unless that person is there to witness it, they find it difficult to understand. I myself that I'm talking about this thing now, till today I'm still shocked. I kept that Bible to remind me that this is what happened that day. I took that Bible and the woman just turned and left.
Of course.
No preaching, no nothing. See me see Bible. I took the Bible home. I sat down, I was shaking. So what is this now? Which kind of wahala be this one? You understand? So from that day, I'm not one of those people that go, I'm looking for church, holy. I wasn't brought up like that. So I have nothing to compare experiences with to say, oh, is this the way it should be? Nothing. Right? That was the beginning of my journey. I didn't just get that Bible and start reading it. If I actually left it in the house, ran away to be looking for people who will explain this kind of thing to me.
Okay, I'm blessed. Please let's just pause for a minute.
Yeah.
You just said something about, so someone handed you a Bible.
Yes.
So what? So what is special about someone?
The reason why it was special to me because I was instructed to go there. And when I got there, she
hold
said,
on, please, hold on. You need to clarify.
Yeah.
Was it a dream?
Yeah.
Was it a vision?
It was a dream. I was sleeping when I heard the voice.
So you are telling us that
a
voice came while you were fast asleep.
Yes.
This voice did not come when you were awake. The voice did not come when you were alert.
Yeah, that is my experience.
The voice, I know. The voice came when you were fast asleep.
Yes.
And the voice said, go to the shopping mall.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Did the voice tell you what they want you to go to the shopping mall for?
No.
So you just hear a voice telling you go to the shopping mall and you just go?
Yes. That's why I was afraid.
Do you still hear from that voice? How often do you hear from that voice?
1 second.
That was the only time I ever had that experience.
Hold on. So you were afraid when you heard that voice?
Yeah.
Wow.
So wait, hold on a second though. Hold on. So what kind of person comes to frighten you like that? You are fast asleep. Number one, could not respect your privacy. Huh? You had the you were in a state of trying to get some rest, and now you're being bothered in your rest, and now you're being made to be afraid. What kind of message do they give to people that frightens them and makes them move because of fear? You moved because of fear.
Definitely.
And that is
and curiosity,
terrible.
Fear and curiosity.
That is terrible because you guys talk about free will.
No,
Where
hold
was your
on.
free will? Excuse me. Where
Hold
was
on,
your
hold on.
wait,
Hold
no,
on.
you hold on.
No. Let me clarify something.
Where was your free will? That was a violation of your free will. Somebody is fast asleep. You respect that they're fast asleep.
So Afro, another thing that I find interesting is that when she heard the voice, why couldn't the voice just tell her everything that needed to be known, or do a full revelation like, oh, my daughter.
So, who's talking?
No, excuse me. Did I mute myself or was I muted?
I muted you.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're not allowed to talk over the host.
Okay, was that the host talking? I didn't know who was talking. Sorry about that.
That was me, yes, sir. It's
okay. Sorry about that. I didn't know that was the host talking. But I just wanted to buttress a point there that because I was frightened and I was curious to see what was going on, that was why I moved. You see, the thing is, your understanding of what I'm saying and your opinion is respected, but you should also understand that from my own experience, I'm pouring out my heart to you what I have experienced. I'm not a churchy person to be saying things as a pastor or a prophet.
Now, can I ask a question if you don't mind?
Yes, please, go ahead.
How sure are we that you didn't come here and make up all this story right now?
You have to take my word for it because it's my
So
experience. How can I convince you?
why should I take your word for it? Because it sounds unrealistic.
Well, it sounds unrealistic to you, but
You were
not
on
to
your
me.
own and a voice came into your head and told you to stand up and do this, do that.
I said I was sleeping. You're rephrasing me now
You were
differently.
sleeping.
That makes it even worse.
That makes it even worse.
I was sleeping, and you said it disturbed my sleep. It frightened me. If only I can put it into words what I felt that day.
That is
You
terrible.
understand me?
That is
What I felt that day was so strong.
Any God or
It was scary,
that comes and scares people. That deity needs to be arrested.
Afro,
I'm
can
a
I ask a
blessing. I'm a
question?
blessing. Do you have kids?
Has she gone for honestly?
I have kids. I have
Okay,
kids.
so I'm a
Yeah.
blessing. Picture it this way. Imagine if one of your daughter or son comes and tells you that they had a dream that a voice told them to come to a particular place. You, as their mother, as a guardian, would you let them go?
I would not let them go.
Exactly.
I was,
But I had no one to speak to at that time when it happened to me.
I mean, we can call that bad parenting, but I don't
You
want to be
understand?
disrespectful.
I would not tell them to go. No, I won't.
Exactly.
Listen, Purpose, if you just mind me, just one question I want to ask
Yeah,
you.
go ahead, Kata, go ahead.
I'm not trolling you. It's coming from a place of concern because what you just said right now, it seems to me maybe you're going through some mental health problem. Maybe have you tried to go for medical checkup in the past few weeks or years to see if you have some mental health issue? Maybe because if you say you see things in your dreams, I think that should come from a place of concern. You should go for some checkup because for you to see something in your dream, you wake up and you become bothered, then you stepped out, you went to a mall, like you saw a white woman, and she said, I've been waiting for you. You know, you collected a
And she gave me a book, a Bible.
collected a Bible, you came back home. If I was a psychiatrist and I was listening to you, I would recommend medications for you, to be honest, because it doesn't sound sane. It doesn't sound like what a sane person
Well,
would do.
thank God you're not a psychiatrist. And
I'm
at
not
the
being,
same
like I
time,
said,
no.
I'm not being disrespectful.
No, you're
I'm
politely
just coming from a place
insulting
of
me.
concern.
You're politely
Oh
insulting me
my
and
God,
calling
here
me
we
mental.
go. I can't even say something without you people say I'm insulting you. I just gave you a
No,
honest advice.
that is not an advice. An
No,
advice does not come
Nah,
with polite
man. How am I
insults.
insulting you now,
I am
please?
blessed.
You
Once
want to
somebody hears
you want to make
voices
me
in
shed
their
a tear. You
head,
want to make me cry. You're gaslighting me right now. You're making me
I'm
feel
not
bad. I'll
gaslighting
start
you.
crying right now. You're telling me I'm insulting you. You want me to
Kata,
cry?
I've told you,
Kata,
it's
start
best for
crying.
both of us to just sit this one out. It's
Lily,
not
I
for
should have
us.
listened to you. I should have listened to
It's
you.
really not for
See now, they
us.
say I'm disrespecting
no,
her.
because
I
do you
don't
know what?
understand.
At the end of the day, if you're hearing voices in your head, that's concerning.
It's concerning.
Because there
I
are
don't know what I said that is
people
insulting
who have
me.
heard
I said
voices.
I was sleeping.
It is
You
even
guys
worse.
thought
Let me
it
say
was
this
That is
before I
voices in my
even
go.
head.
worse.
One second, everyone. 1 second. The reason why this is disturbing.
So
The reason why
nobody
this is
dreams.
disturbing. Hold on. The reason why this is disturbing is it's one thing to hear voices. It's one thing to hear to have these dreams. But any dream that makes you make a move in your reality, in the real move, right? You
Yeah.
do what that dream. You could just dream tomorrow that God said, go and sacrifice one of your children. God came and God said, go and sacrifice. And the same way you moved to go and collect a book is the same way you two will go and go and do something because God said it. The voice told you. It's disturbing.
You see, but that's what you deduce from what I'm saying. You did not even allow me to finish what I was
Then you
saying. The
said she gave you a Bible. You went home and you were disturbed. Ha! Now
And you were
wow.
scared.
And you
I
were
heard you use the
scared.
word scared.
Yes, I was. I said I was
That's
frightened
not
by the
normal
Because a white woman
behavior.
experience.
gave you Bible in the mall at the
Yeah.
mall. Because a white woman gave you Bible at the mall, you were scared. Ha! Now wow, now wow.
I was you pick some parts, then you add a meaning to it, but you
Hmm.
didn't hear the whole story.
Madam, this your story get Lego. Let me not lie. Let me say the truth.
It's on you if you say you get like no wahala. But my main reason for requesting to come up here was to let you all know that, to the best of my knowledge, I believe that there are people that they themselves, they seek to know the truth. And there are some people that actually find the truth, and there are the people that never find that truth. This
Right.
search is a personal experience. You don't need to believe what I'm telling you. But I was sharing my personal experience with you, and I find it very heartbreaking that you insult me and call me mental in a
Sweetheart,
polite way
He
sweetheart,
for
didn't.
please don't
sharing my
embarrass
experience
yourself,
with
man.
He
you.
didn't call you mental. Sorry, he didn't call you mental. He didn't
He
mean.
said it in a way that it seems like he was advising me. You can come out and advise me plainly.
No, someone can say.
He indicated that I was probably I'm mentally challenged.
No,
Have
he
I gone
didn't.
for
No, he did not.
assessment? You know, you don't speak to people like that. It's not
Alright,
right. Even if
I
I
am
even if
blessed.
I am a
I
Christian
am
and
Please
blessed.
don't
go on. You
believe
were
in my
making a
faith,
point. Please go on. You were
you
making a
know,
point.
if you don't believe in what I'm saying to you, it does not give you the right to, whether polite or rude insult. You don't need to give it
Nobody
to me.
insulted
I
you.
never
I am
said
No,
blessed.
that's
anything.
You're
fine.
being dramatic
You
now.
That's
understand?
fine.
Now you're being
That's fine.
dramatic. You need to
Please
Oh,
make
I
stop.
your
can.
point. I am blessed. Ugh.
You
Yeah.
need to stop now. You're just being dramatic for
Please let me
no
say
good.
this before I go.
What
Can
you
I say
said.
something
No,
before I
hold
go?
on, Prophet. I'm speaking. Hold on. You
Okay.
came up here with a story and you were asked a simple question. If your child told you they heard a voice that they should go somewhere, will you allow them? You said no. Your own story does not even make sense to yourself. And you expect us to just accept it? No, it's concerning. You kept emphasizing the fact that you were scared. Come on now.
honey,
Prophet
I'm a little worried that you were scared by the word of God. When
Hey, hey,
Jesus
this
speaks
guy,
to
I
you,
didn't see you coming
when
up.
when Jesus speaks to you, honey, you should never be afraid. I'm a little worried that the voice that you heard was not of Jesus, because if it was our Lord who brought you to the white woman in the mall or the marketplace, I'm a little worried that you felt afraid. Do you not think that it might be a little odd that our Lord and Savior made you afraid?
So, can somebody tell me, please, who is this Jesus cat?
Oh, honey,
It's cats.
No,
I've
sorry,
been a believer
I don't
for
know,
years.
I don't know who is this Jesus. What is Jesus cat?
He's rebranded.
Please,
No longer atheist cats. He's had his own encounter.
who brought this Jesus cat up here? Please.
Honey, I love your lives. I've been a Christian for 50 years. And I am here to help those. And I'm just curious about blessed. Blessed.
Mm-mm.
Don't you think it's a little odd that our Lord and Savior made you afraid?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus is about love. Do you think maybe you're deceived by this forked tongued devil? I mean, why would he send you to a white woman?
Why is he screaming at her in her dreams?
To be fair to Blessed, the voice did not tell her who it was, or he was, or she was. The voice didn't. So it may not be God. It may just be Satan. Maybe, yeah. The voice did not identify itself.
That is true, that's true. But why would it make you afraid? Blessed? Why would it make you afraid?
Can I say something before I go to sleep? I'm in Nigeria. I believe you all are
Let's, I
in
think you're
abroad.
muted. You need to unmute.
Blessed, honey, you're muted right now. If you press the little microphone button at the bottom, it'll unmute you. Thank you.
I was afraid because I've never had such an experience in my entire life.
Did it not make you feel full of love?
I was full of fear and anxiety.
That's not the voice of our Lord. If you read the Bible, the voice of our Lord brings you hope and love, not fear.
But I don't.
The devil
I
brings you
didn't
fear.
say that voice said he was Jesus. I said I heard a voice in my dream. I said that was the beginning of my journey
Wait a minute.
in my Christian.
What voice do you think was speaking to you if it wasn't our Lord?
I had no idea. I was the beginning of the Christian journey that I started.
Oh dear.
That was the beginning. That was how I came to.
I think you've been deceived. I'm a little worried you've been deceived by Satan. When I had my personal experience, it filled me with love and joy. And the Bible and Scripture itself tells you how much it's about love and joy. The only one that speaks that makes you fear is Satan. Are you sure you're following the right Christianity?
Well, I know what I'm doing and I know who I'm following, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ. But the dream I had was the beginning, was the first step.
Do you feel love now?
Of course I do.
Does the voice that gives you that love the same voice that made you fearful?
I only had that experience once. I've never had that voice ever again.
Can I tell you about my experience real fast, Bless? Maybe this will help you. I too had this dream, and it's always seemed to be when we're dreaming, always when we're asleep. And I had this glowing light of love enter me, and it drew me to a place in the house that my husband, who died and passed away, I didn't realize he was a Christian. He kind of hid it from me. And what I found under a floorboard was a Bible. And it led me to read the Bible, and it filled me with so much love and joy. And that personal experience led me to Jesus. That's the type of good experience you should be having, right?
You know, everyone's experience can't be the same. That's what I'm trying to say here. See, when you experience that, you said a light came over you while
Except
you
there's
were
one small
sleeping.
problem, Blessed. I made the entire thing up. It's real easy to be deceived by lies and misinformation. You believe
if you say something, I'm not going to.
Blessed. By using the right words, I deceived you. Just like the Bible has deceived you, just like that white woman deceived you.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm deceived. You see, I'm that type. No, hold on a minute. Let me say something. Wait, let me say something. If you tell me that your name is Jesus, right? Like you wrote on your page, I'm not bothered to find out if it's true or not because it's not my problem.
Blessed, but it was your problem.
No, it's not my problem.
Yes, it was.
No.
Because here's the problem, Blessed.
It's your decision. That's you.
Blessed, do you just simply believe everything you're told?
No, I don't.
Okay. So do you think maybe instead of accepting what my lies as truth, you could have asked questions?
I don't need to ask questions because I'm not interested.
Yes, you were.
No.
You were absolute.
No, you can. How would you know? I'm telling you, I'm not interested in what it's your own experience. I can't take it upon myself to begin to question your experience. No, I can't do that.
I listened to you.
Yeah.
You were interested in exactly what I was saying to you.
I was listening to you.
Right. Because it fits your narrative.
I was only listening to you. I don't understand how
your narrative. And instead of taking the time to ask questions, instead of taking the time to critically